Go.
Record.
Why don't you
I,
stream it through?
sorry, I clicked record and started streaming. My bad.
Oh.
All right, here we go. We got it, guys.
All right,
We
good.
have
Let me
it.
bring up the. I'm going to bring it up on my phone, and I'm going to use my data because I do not trust my internet to handle this.
I'm gonna have it on my computer because I.
Story of my life. Yeah.
안녕하세요.
I don't trust anything.
All right, we're
We're
live.
live. We're live.
안녕하세요. Joy입니다.
감사합니다. 야, 저 맛있어요. 아?
저 진짜 맛있어요.
진짜 맛있어요.
Alright. So guys, welcome back to Bongcast episode 3. As you can probably tell, we've got the fam. I guess I was gonna say we're special guests now, but at this point, you're probably like co-hosts at this point. I mean, always been in the videos up to now. So right. So obviously, as the title says, we're gonna be talking about Iceland's comeback and our thoughts on everything, on the album and everything. And after that, we'll start answering questions that you guys have been having on my Discord. So yeah, there's gonna be a fun one. You guys ready?
Everybody.
I'm ready.
We're all ready. All right.
Always ready.
Hold up.
Stay
Okay.
ready.
Tell them your favorite song. What? What's that, Sab? Was before you. Okay. So.
Never now.
Where do I start?
is
Like,
it?
there's so many things I wanna ask, but where do I start? That's the question. You know. All right. Let's start off simple. Which is your favorite song out of the whole album?
Simple. Simple.
I
got
he
it.
says.
I got it.
I
Of
mean,
course you do.
yeah.
O Sole
Simple.
Mio.
Okay.
O Sole Mio
O
is
Sole
my favorite
Mio.
song of the album.
Okay.
It's like it's such a bop. It's just like let me love you, like it's just let me love you right now. Like that's just so it's so catchy, and then the high pitch, the high note that Yuri drops.
Really
is just, like,
does.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
gonna say
okay.
you really focus on the
It's the
song,
you-
of course.
yeah,
Yes,
and then
of
like
course.
there's like the
Yeah,
memes that
okay.
you could do with like oh sole me, and then you like breathe in, and then
Oh.
yeah, it's great.
Has anyone
So
made
basically-
the seagull, the screaming seagull yet?
The
Has anyone
screaming.
seen
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
I want it.
Of course.
Yep.
Of
Um,
course.
Yeah.
Oh.
I haven't seen it yet, but I've envisioned it. Yeah.
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
For me, I
Nuts,
think it's between sequence and slow journey for me.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, true.
All right.
I'm a
True.
sucker for, and anyone that's seen any of my album listens will know this. I'm a sucker for a ballad type song.
Yeah.
And like You and I was one of my top songs off of Blue Mice. With One is one of my top songs off of On Eric Diary. Like I love those slower songs that they do where they just get to like show off their
I
vocals.
know. Yeah.
And also knowing that like, you know, Taewon was involved in the composition and the writing and stuff is super cool. But then sequence
such a
I
bop.
know.
sequence is that bitch of a song. It's
I
so
know.
good.
Sequence is that fucking big.
And let's just say
Yeah,
the
legit.
choreo as well they put for that makes the song even better.
99
Oh, yeah.
like, came through on that choreo. I still don't understand that moment, but they came through.
Yeah, bruh. It's
Yeah.
not the Ice one I used to know, man. When you watch that performance,
they
like,
grew up. They grew
they're
up.
so grown up. Like
Bro,
seriously,
they grown. The glow up
Oh.
is real.
the glow up.
Yeah.
is
Honestly.
real.
I would probably have to say for myself it would be like Sequence or Sole Mio. Besides Panorama, because Sequence, like in my album listening party, the thing I noticed about Sequence was the beat change up on the second chorus.
Yep.
And like just fucking blew my mind. I was like, what the heck? Like even just like the slight change up, and on top of that, like Sequence is just such a groove. Like every single time I listen to it, I always want to like
It's so
you know,
smooth.
groove out, dance along.
Because
It's so smooth. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just yeah.
Because
It's
for me,
crazy.
also
And then the
Mio
choreo is nuts.
is the opposite for me. Like every time I hear O Sole Mio, I want to cry. I don't know. It kind of has that like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like it reminds me
Yeah.
of how like proud I am of them. You know. Or is it
That's
just me?
valid.
Like,
Legit.
Every time
so
I
for
listen
me-
to like a snippet.
I know it's just like, oh,
Yeah, you're like,
I wanna, like, I love O Sole Mio so much, but I have to agree, like, Sequence is a very close second for me, anyways, personally, just because it's different. Like, I that like groovy type song is something Ice One hasn't done often, right? And they pulled it off really well.
Yeah, big
I
time.
feel like. So
Yeah, one of my comments was saying like
Panorama
that.
still.
Yeah, they were saying that.
Are you good?
Okay, I don't disagree. I mean, I don't agree with this comment, but one of my comments was saying that Panorama didn't hit as hard as like the last title tracks, and I was like, bro, what? I love Panorama. I think
But
it hits so hard.
That's interesting. So, like, I think
Yeah.
the only thing I can think that they could mean is that in terms of the production, it's just very different. Because, like, I mean, Panorama draws far more from Fiesta than it does from Secret Story of the Swan. Secret Story of the Swan was like its own beast.
So true.
And
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
I remember having this thought when I was doing my reaction to the MV that was just sort of like, I don't think I can compare the two because they're so different. Like I could probably compare Panorama and Fiesta, and yeah, Panorama hits a hell of a lot harder for me than Fiesta did. I really like Fiesta, but I think actually out of their title tracks, I think Fiesta is like probably at the bottom of the list for me. It's not that I dislike it; it's just in comparison to the other four.
Yeah.
Because God tier. But yeah, so in that sense, Panorama I feel hits a lot harder. But like comparing it to Secret Story of the Swan just doesn't feel right because they're so different.
I feel like people will always
if you
compare
think
to
of-
the
oh, yeah.
previous. Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt.
No. I was gonna say exactly the same thing. Like I feel like people always compare it to the most recent one, which is normal. But if you look at just the sound, like Secret Story of the Swan is like big brass. It's like a big production, and like the entire song just sounds huge. Like it sounds like
it's grandiose.
It's meant to fill. Yeah, it's very grandiose. It's meant to fill an entire room.
It
whereas like Panorama is just in a completely different league, and I feel like the emotion instead that was like the emotion, the thought, and the care that was woven into not only the lyrics but the choreography, the beat, absolutely everything. I think that's why it's special.
Exactly.
I have a way that we could potentially classify this. Is maybe Secret Story of the Swan was very, very theatrical, whereas Panorama is very cinematic.
Yes, 100%.
I agree with that.
Exactly.
Two phenomenal ways of telling stories, but very different ways of telling stories.
Exactly.
Very
definitely.
100%.
I mean, in terms of beat and like production, maybe like there's a possibility, but like Panorama to me, they just beats out every other title track just for the fact that it's more special, you know, like
the emotional impact.
Exactly, like I felt like they were actually showing like the whole package of Eyes One. So like we've got La Vie en Rose, Violetta, Fiesta, but then they're like just doing a history class, being like, look, this is what we were, this is what we are, you know, and like I don't know, it just
It hits hard.
They really
maybe
went
not
for
in the
it.
beat. It doesn't hit as hard in the beat, and like Lucky said, as hard as Secret Story of the Swan. But in terms of concept and the message behind that song is what for me makes it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like when you think of like for me, if I'm looking just completely strictly at the songs themselves.
Like just
I
production-wise.
prefer Secret Story of the Swan.
Same.
Like personally, but if we're looking at the whole package, the concept, the song, the music video, everything behind both of them, it's a tough call because Secret Story of the Swan was a very special comeback for me. It was my first comeback with them, but Panorama would take it because that emotional weight and then just the maturity and the power in the concept was just like next level, man.
Oh
not to mention the incredible choreography. I mean,
Oh, dude. I was literally about to say, you look at the choreography of Panorama, and just look at like so many members. Yeah, like look at so many of the members that have just evidently grown up like between Secret Story of the Swan and Panorama.
Like Eugen, bro.
Like Eugen's the real glow up to me.
She looks so
anyways.
like I even mentioned it in the reaction. She just looks like a mature lady, bro. Like she just looks older.
Even one young, like the young members who are not like adults yet look so flippin' mature. It's incredible.
Yeah,
I said this actually. Oh, sorry, you go ahead, Lucky.
Yeah. I was just gonna say it was like, everyone's talking about Taewon this comeback, right? And rightfully so. Because like, in Secret Story of the Swan at least, she comes in, she's got like her verse before me, and then everyone's like, oh my god, she's absolutely crazy, she's so vocally talented. But then on top of that, this comeback, she's not only gone crazy, like snapping on the vocals again, but like you see how many parts and how much screen time she has with that choreo. It's just
what confidence she's performing.
Bro, like the testing, bro, that's so good, bro. It's so good.
In that one dance performance where she throws out the heart at the end.
Oh yeah, dude, it's so good, dude.
But what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, and now I can't remember what it was.
Just want to comment, Joe Udis really hit hard this one.
Joe Udis, yes.
But going back to Eugen really quickly, I actually talked about this briefly in my sequence when I did my reaction to the sequence like performance, their comeback show performance. I was sort of saying that like it's obviously a much maturer side of them, like in terms of the choreo and in terms of the sound. It's a much maturer side of them, and that's always a very fine line to toe when you have such young members, particularly in Eugen and Wonyoung. And I sort of said, I was like, Eugen really likes to push that line about as far as she possibly can.
I know, right? I know.
Like,
right?
I just thought back to the to the online concert they had when obviously she, Yena, and Taeyeon performed Gangster.
Gangster,
yeah. I was just like, this child. What is this child doing? Come and collect your child.
Yeah, please.
She's a beast.
So
She's
funny.
a beast, dude.
She's lost.
I even want to relive
bring
that.
her back.
Yeah, dude, that was.
I mean, like she kills it. I have every respect
yeah.
for her, but I'm just like, you are so young.
I know.
Yeah.
Please protect yourself.
Yeah.
Please.
Powerful 17-year-old energy from Eugen.
But they all killed it in that choreography. Like, also, like we were talking about, like the choreography. But I feel like with this comeback, the choreography plays a big role on how much I like this comeback. Like, the passion they put into that choreo, like we were saying, if you look at every single individual, I felt like in this one they put their 1000% into this performance. Not saying they were like not putting any like, oomph into the other performances of all their other songs, but this one for me was like,
well, they had to, bro.
The facial expressions and like
Yena, bro.
Like Yena,
bro. Yena killed it, dude. Oh
Yena
man,
was the craziest for me.
I honestly, I swear, at some point, like the members must have just looked at each other and they just sort of said, all right, we gotta go all in. We gotta go all in and just see what happens. And did they? The fire in their eyes, the fire in it is so powerful.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. It's legit like the choreography for me, if anything.
I've gone out of focus.
The difference between
come back in focus.
Yeah.
Come back in focus. There we go. Let's carry on.
It's like the way that the choreography I think is structured. It's just like it's so explosive. Like there's so many parts in it where like whoever is on screen will literally just like explode with their choreography, and you're like, holy shit! Like it just brings you back in for a second, especially if you're like getting lost in the dance or whatever. Whereas like previously, it just flows really well. You see the synchronization, and you're like, oh wow, that's amazing. But you get all of that, plus you get the chest pumps, you get Eunbi's facial expressions, especially like on the very, very last, like on the bridge with her like growling type face and everything. It's crazy, man. Like everything about this comeback is ridiculous.
Yeah, when you were saying about chest pumps, I just vividly remembered when Yena does the spin and then immediately into that move.
Oh, yeah, dude,
that's
so good.
Straight away.
It's so good.
I feel that like jump around the face.
Yeah.
She like actually like lifts herself off the ground too, which just makes it like it's so subtle, but it's that much more impactful. It's just crazy. Anyway. Yeah.
Yes, we know what we're gonna be talking about. I know I'm scared of talking about it, but I feel like it's something we gotta talk about.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, definitely this comeback is the greatest comeback they've ever had, in my opinion. I mean,
it was the first one I got to experience, so it's the most like
it's
meaningful.
funny
Like the first
because
Korean one.
it's funny because
I
my
love it.
first comeback was, and most people will probably be surprised, but it was actually Violetta. Like, I listened to Ice One since, I guess you could say, the beginning, but I wasn't into them at that point, right? I just listened to La Vie en Rose, and then Violetta came, and I was like, oh, okay, this is good, and whatnot. And I kind of followed them a little bit, but I wasn't like a Wiz One, if you know what I mean. I only became a Wiz One like at like Fiesta.
Fiesta.
And obviously Fiesta kind of like with the help of Wiz Ones. I'm talking to you guys, viewers. You guys were amazing in helping me become a Wiz One, but that was great. Secret Story of the Sun was even better because it was like, I guess, my first official Wiz One comeback. But this one is just like, nah, I'm done.
When you get woken up and realize that you're in too deep.
Like, exactly, you're like...
Legit, you're like...
It's hard to explain. Like, it's just... I don't know. When... I can only imagine for those, like, hardcore Wiz ones since the, like, Produce era as well. Like, just seeing this, how much this comeback means. Like, for me, it means a lot. Like, I mean a lot. But I've only been a Wiz one for a year.
I've only been a Wiz one for like, I don't know, a few months,
exactly,
bro.
like
6
imagine.
months.
And it means a lot, so yeah, definitely it's gonna be crazy.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then on top of everything, of course, we would have a pandemic going on, right?
Oh.
So like...
Dude, the pandemic? What pandemic?
Yeah, right.
Ice One was
So
like,
they
what
can't
pandemic?
Yeah.
What pandemic?
Yeah,
like, we're
legit.
gonna
I
throw
saw
in
someone...
4 albums.
I can't remember which reactor it was, but I saw another. It was like it was 2 of them that were watching it together, and they sort of said like, can't we just like pretend that like because this year is such a write-off that it doesn't count, and they can just add an extra year onto their contract because of it.
I know.
I was actually thinking that.
Yeah, I think I've
like,
seen
that's
that
just
same
not
video.
fair.
Yeah.
That's not fair because it's like it's
right?
a year wasted in a way.
Like
Okay,
they don't get
exactly.
Tour, yeah.
Live
They
events
don't get to do anything. Yeah.
Let's be honest,
I
right?
mean,
Okay.
Wasted.
I mean,
maybe
this-
not so much.
No, I'm talking more like with like
Wasted.
the fan experience, like with it in person
Yeah, like
and stuff like
tours
that.
and
Just
stuff like that,
yeah,
yeah.
like
Of
that sucks,
course.
dude.
Like, we won't be able to watch like a live concert.
Because like if
And
we're
then-
being completely honest, or at least if I'm being completely honest, like there's a difference. There's a huge difference with like watching something online with watching something in
Definitely.
person. And like these like
Definitely.
so it's like
100%.
100%. But yeah, this is
100%.
actually a good segue to move on, because one of the questions was, fortunately, we kind of, people have been asking for us to talk about it, right? About
I can
the
imagine what's coming.
eventual
Z.
day, the unfortunate day of Ice One, right? Because I mean, one of the questions on my Discord was, I'll read the thing, right? Also, I'm curious about, they asks. Also, I'm also curious about what you guys thinking about a newcomer other the reactor that react to Ice One. Wait, that's not the wrong. Wait, that's the wrong one. But hold on,
Nailed it.
hold on. Oh, about
Nice,
the D
Joe.
word, exactly.
You need me
Sorry.
to go into
Nailed
your...
it, Joe.
It's
You did it.
I'm the best host ever. All right.
You're doing great.
So
You're doing great,
prepared.
bud.
So prepared, bro.
It's-
Love to see it.
It's because I noticed that OG Ice One reactors never speak about the D word, but have seen few of the first new time
Am I
Ice
an
One
OG
reactors
reactor?
being the D word.
Okay.
So as a
Makes
reactor, or maybe as a Wiz One too, what do you guys think about that? I'm not trying to discourage or dishonor the new reactors, blah blah blah. Oh, I'm welcoming any new reactors and good reactions as well.
Honestly, dude. Oh, wait,
But-
is there more to the question?
No. Basically, I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna add, like, maybe we can talk about that, but also I do want to talk about the eventual, D-Day, or yeah. I don't know how to segue out of that way. Okay.
So do you want to get our thoughts on the
Yes,
eventual
I guess.
parting of ways?
And why you think what like OG reactors do not want to speak about the D word, but newcomers who don't know anything about Ice One will react and be, oh wait, this group is gonna
It's the emotional attachment that comes with the emotional attachment. If you've
100%.
been
100%.
like,
Yeah.
I think when you've been with a group for years and years and you've loved them to like the extent that you do, Joe, for example, like
yes.
Of course you don't want to talk about it.
I know.
Of course you don't want to talk about it. It's hard. Like,
it's because you don't want.
I mean, like, I mean, I've been with Iceman's only since June, but I still don't like talking about it. I don't even like thinking about it. I just like, I was deleting comments off of my MV reaction because I just wanted to feel positive while that whole moment was happening. Because I was just like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to see it. But like, so I think that's probably why, in terms of like newer reactors who, like, I don't know if you mean so much as like, do we mean newer reactors as in us who are newer reactors but have become Wiz ones, or just reactors in general that are new to
I don't actually know what they mean by new reactors. I think they means about ones that, like, for example, they've been reacting and whatnot for a while, but then Panorama comes along and then they react. They don't react to anything other than Ice One, I guess. And then they'll start talking about the eventual D word.
Well, I think if anything, when you can talk about new reactors, you can also talk about, there are a lot of reactors out there, I think, who will watch an Eyes One MV when it drops, but they will watch absolutely nothing in between comebacks.
Yes.
So like, they'll only be there for whenever Eyes One drops a track. But those are the ones that I tend to see the most talking about the D word and being like, this is going to be like the last this, or this is going to be that, or like,
or whatever.
I wish this, or blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, low-key in my head, I'm like, shut up. Like, I mean, at the same time, I respect that that's obviously an opinion. I think at the same time anyway, every single group, it's just a fact of life, right? Like, nothing stays the same. Everything is always going to change. It's just a matter of like, of course, if you can have things for longer, then that feels better. And so people obviously don't want to talk about it, especially if it's common knowledge, right? So sometimes as a Wiz One, I don't feel the need, or I don't see why people feel the need to constantly always like keep bringing it up, because it's like, fucking duh. Like, of course it's gonna happen.
Gonna happen at one day. Like any group, it's gonna happen one day. Like if it's in 20 years, 30 years, or tomorrow, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
exactly. Like stuff
next
stuff
year.
changes.
Next year, Mamamoo's contract is up for renewal. And
exactly.
Like, no one knows. No one has any idea if they're going to renew it or not.
Exactly.
Like, and like that's a group that's been around for much, much longer than Eyes One has. And very, very beloved. So, like, I mean, it's always going to happen.
Yeah, and so I think that like those types of reactors instead, I'm not saying that they should like be careful or anything like that, because at the end of the day, like, do whatever the fuck you want, right? But at the same time, like, you probably won't see Wiz One or people who are invested in Eyes One, at least like in terms of loving their music, because of course you wouldn't want to think about it. So I think that's pretty natural. It's pretty normal.
We basically go back to what Kaya said, and it's the emotional attachment we have. Like, we just
always.
We're just like, we love Ice One. We want them to keep going, but there was always a day that it will, well, unfortunately happen. Now, in the case of Ice One, it could be possibly very soon, right? And
like April, that was the general.
April 29th.
Yeah.
Yes. Now I just want to say, obviously, well, for me anyways, I don't know about you guys, but for me, obviously, I just want to start off this because I know a lot of Wiz One might be mad, and I don't really care, but just saying, in my personal opinion,
just say what you gotta say.
Obviously, we want Ice One permanent, all right? Obviously. But reality is that might not happen, right? What do you guys think? Or do you think they're actually gonna have a extension? Right? Obviously, like the thought of having an extension because COVID, fans have not been able to watch any like concerts and stuff and interactions with Ice One. I don't think that's a valid opinion because, well, I hope it is, but companies don't think about that.
Companies,
it's money, all right? It's money.
They've made a lot of money. They've made a lot of money this year.
It's got to be profitable. and
Yeah,
it's got to be
exactly.
profitable for them. And the agencies that, like, if you think about it too, if you think about the other side of the coin, so you forget CJNM and Mnet for a second, and you think
Yes.
rather about the individual agencies that all of those members are originally
WM,
from.
Willem,
They're,
all that good
they're
stuff.
probably dying to get them back because these members are extremely popular. Like, they
Yeah.
are worldwide, so well known, and they are probably like so damn keen to get them back to do something to obviously help their own company profit more.
Yeah.
And
That's
so,
true,
you know,
bro.
that's
I didn't think about
That
that.
is, I mean, obviously,
it's
yes.
That is so true.
But
into account, like, yeah.
But it depends, because when you think about it, like, for example, Willem,
Exactly.
right? Willem,
Yep.
you've got Inbi and Chewan, right? A lot of
Yep.
people are saying they might join Rock and Punch. I highly doubt that will happen.
Yeah,
all right?
same thing with Yenna and
To be
Everglow. I
honest-
don't think that'll happen.
Yenna never.
Same.
Well,
Yeah.
I strongly believe if that ever happens, Yenna will join Everglow.
Mm.
But Rocket Punch with Inbi and Chewan, I don't think so. Just because I don't know. I don't think so, and I'm kind of scared because, like, Willem are not gonna create a new girl group. Obviously, they already have Rocket Punch that debuted last year, and then like Drippin' right now, so they financially probably don't have enough to do another group. So I'm kind of scared of
Golden
what's
Child.
Lovely's Golden Child,
Lovely's as well.
Infinite.
Golden
Like, they've
Child,
got a lot of things happening.
Yeah.
So, if anything, I think Willem would probably accept the extension, right? Same
Yeah,
goes
for
for
sure.
8D for Hewan. Like, it would probably be more profitable for Hewan to stay in IZ*ONE than if they created a new girl group, right? Because 8D not that popular. They only have one of, which, I mean, you might know of them. Do you guys
I know of
about
them.
I don't.
Yeah, you know the
I
name.
don't even
You
know
know the name.
about
I mean,
these at all.
they're okay. They're good, but I doubt there's gonna be. I really think 8D are gonna do. Probably agree on the extension. But then, like, there's WM with Cheyan. I'm scared.
Yeah, I think the WM with Cheon is the
WM
biggest question mark,
biggest,
because they
like-
have a
Yeah.
trainee girl group waiting in the wings, and that's
Yeah.
terrifying.
I know.
Because you just know that trainee
Yeah.
girl group is kind of waiting. They're waiting, and it's like, that hurts me.
I know.
I've even heard from Yuehua, like, apparently, and this is just stuff that a lot of Everglow's fans have talked about. Apparently, they've purposely left gaps in the choreography. For
exactly.
every single one of Everglow's title tracks, which you can
Except
see.
for La Di Da.
And
Except
yeah,
La Di
like,
Da, exactly.
yeah.
Except the most recent
except for
one.
La Di Da, which is the one that heeps of people were like,
Like,
wait, what the
why?
fuck's going on now?
Like,
what-
Yenna's not
what's
gonna join
happen
anymore.
now? Yeah, so they were like, IZ*ONE Mermanent? Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because there's so many different things you've got to obviously toss up, right? Like, you know, will it wind up being more profitable for CJNM plus the individual companies if they obviously stay? Personally, I think yes. I think
Definitely.
that IZ*ONE are on, like, just this curve where they are
It just keeps
exponentially growing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Well, I
is
think in terms of
exponential. They
album
haven't
sales,
hit
it's
the
like
bell.
twice Blackpink IZ*ONE at the moment.
Exactly. At the
Yeah.
moment, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
the first week, it's 300K sales or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
and
is
they
the
keep
first
going up.
And it's still going
it
up.
like
yeah.
just does not stop. Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't stop. And if you look at it, they have such, I think in K-pop, they have such a presence, like, in terms of like how frequently they are talked about and how frequently people are like referencing their choreography, their music videos, how frequently people cover it. So as far as their popularity is concerned, there's no issues or anything like that. And, you know, they're appealing every single comeback to a wider group of people. So there's new ones, more people getting into them every single time. So, you know, I think personally, I would love to hope that it would be
I hope.
more profitable to do a contract extension. But then again, at the same time, you've got to take into account the fact that, you know, it's a contract at the end of the
Yes.
day. And some companies and some things don't necessarily work out. Like you can't you can't trash a principle just because it seems like it might be a better idea to extend or something like that. So it's difficult. There's a lot of like negotiation that's involved. So I just hope that they can work it out. But yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day,
hoping for the best. Yeah,
I think I'm not expecting an extension, but I'm hoping for it. That's kind of where I stand with it. But I know that no matter, like, regardless of what happens, like wherever these girls end up, like I know, like people are calling for Umbi to go solo, which valid.
I mean, exactly. I hope,
like wherever these girls end up, whatever they end up doing, I will do my best to follow and support all of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which will be very expensive, but I'll do my best.
Exactly. I'm just scared that
I'm the most scared of, like, is the Japanese members. Because like so clear, especially with Hitomi, like she's made it very clear she doesn't want to go back. She doesn't want to leave. I'm like, oh, that makes me so sad.
I can't deal with her.
I can't deal with.
She just says stuff sometimes where I'm like, please, please don't open your mouth.
She's the one with the tear in the music video. Like,
I know the tear.
I know.
It's what set me off was I remembered that. Yeah.
But like, since they're so popular here, don't you think they'll maybe get like some sort of, like, I don't know, more like higher role back when they get back there? Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, Kuda was already like
Kuda was already very popular.
But Hitan and Nako definitely.
Absolutely.
Because when you think about it, right, they already have a family, like in AKB and HKT, right? So obviously it's gonna be hard for them to like if they had to pick, and if their company did say, all right, you can extend, like it's gonna be hard. I mean, Sakura's been with HKT for a very long time, longer than Aizoan,
Oh yeah.
I mean, I just watched their last performance before joining Eyes One. Like they did a performance and whatnot, like to send them off or something. And oh my goodness, I kept crying because you could tell they were attached to each other like for so long, like. And I'm like, I was actually thinking, they might, like it was kind of sad that they had to leave. And it was at that point they thought, oh, it's only gonna be for 2.5 years and whatnot. So I don't know. It's
funny how things can change.
I don't know what's gonna happen with.
A lot of people in the chat are saying that they don't think J-Line will go back. They'll sign with Korean agencies, which is
I
I
hope
that would be the best.
It's true because
that would be the best idea.
Yeah. I
Because
mean,
they have such a different way of like performing too. It's like that's the whole thing with Produce 48, where obviously I'm not gonna spoil anything because you've watched the beginning of it, right, Lucky? Have you seen the whole thing?
I've pretty much already tapped into like what's going on and the differences between like the Japanese and Korean.
It's completely different.
It's very different.
They're gonna have to go back to doing that, and it's just like I don't know.
It's gonna be very I see.
Sorry, someone in the chat just said Hitomi joining Rocket Punch, and I just thought that was adorable.
Oh my god, that would be so cute. Could you imagine?
I'm not gonna lie, I could see it. I don't want it, but I could see it.
Wait, what's wrong with Rocket Punch? I haven't gotten into them, so
they're great.
Oh, you have to.
Are they a new group?
Yeah, they're William's newest group.
Yeah. And they actually have.
Wait.
Oh my god, why have I forgotten her name? But they have one of the.
Judy.
The one that has
Judy.
Yeah, Judy.
Oh, okay.
Judy is a Japanese member from.
Who's the one? Who's the one that has Park Hae-yoon? I think right. Or who is
Park Hae-yoon.
Oh,
yeah. She's in Cherry Bullet.
Cherry Bullet. I always confuse Cherry Bullet and Rocket Punch. I always confuse those two.
Dude, Cherry Bullet's fire.
Cherry Bullet.
Hands Up is one of my favorites of the year. Hands Up is great.
Hands Up is so good. Oh.
Hands Up.
Yeah, dude. So how can you incorporate
Cherry Bullet
like release into a song, and they managed to do it? like into like this electro, like they managed
Yeah.
to incorporate that in. It's really nice.
All right,
I
we've
mean,
gone
it's
off course. We've gone
FNC.
off course.
We've
Yeah,
gone
we
very
are,
off
but,
course. Like we went from something serious to something like, oh my goodness.
One thing I really
You
wanted to
gotta-
say.
Sometimes you got to break it up.
Yeah.
One thing I really wanted to say was I just watched episode 2 last night,
Okay.
right, of Produce.
Oh.
The thing that got me is suddenly I'm very attached to Sakura. Suddenly after
Oh.
episode 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking hell, come on. Now the reason is because I
You
think
wait.
that dude, I don't want to. Like she's already cried so many times and I'm like
I know.
like
I know. It's
I
killing
know.
me. I'm like fucking
It's
hell.
so hard.
The thing with Sakura is that if she's like we're talking about, she's very attached to obviously HKT48 and everything like that. But one of the things and one of the reasons I could see her staying in Korea is at least her motives and her goals. Like
Oh yeah.
Yes.
the way
The
that she
drive in
looks
that
at
woman.
herself as an artist, yeah, like she's like,
She's
I feel
yeah.
like I'd been here for 7 years and I didn't achieve anything and I couldn't grow as an artist and all of this type of stuff. If you look at how she has been able to really spread her wings, for lack of a better expression, in Korea, like
I just
whether
got
it be part of
goosebumps.
IZ*ONE,
Me too.
if
I
you
know,
look at
same.
she's just exploded, and I couldn't see her wanting to step away from that.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
going back
that
to
makes sense.
I agree.
something,
100%.
no matter how closely, like emotionally tied she is to it,
That's why
I
I
couldn't
like
see her
Kuda.
going back to something like that. Yeah, dude.
That's why I
Kuda's
like her,
fucking
dude.
incredible.
I like it's her mind. Like, I mean, she's visually like, I mean, we can't deny like visually like it's amazing.
It
But
is.
like,
I
what made me
mean-
exactly? I'm like, you'll see me looking at my screen, but the only thing I'm looking at my screen is literally Sakura right now. Okay.
Me, but with hair on.
Yeah,
But
legit.
Go on.
seriously, like it's just her mind that pulled me in. Like
Yeah. She,
just her
like-
personality, her drive, like you were saying, it's just
It's so funny
I
to me
envy
how
somebody
like
like
she's
that.
such a nerd and she's so goofy, and I think like
Yeah.
she obviously like she comes off, I think, on like very surface level as quite almost ditzy in a way, and I think that's just like part of the language barrier of it all, like especially early on. Like she kind of stumbles over her words and she sort of struggles a bit,
Yeah.
and she sort of like doesn't really know what's going on.
It's kind of
And you actually like she actually gets to talk about something that she's like she knows. She's so smart and she's so on it, and I just have so much respect for her, like for just like the sheer duality of her being.
I mean, when you listen to
Like,
her radio
she's so
show,
amazing.
when you listen to her radio show, like sometimes you just like obviously I don't understand Japanese, but when you read like the translations, dude, sometimes you're like, oof, that
Yeah.
that's
she's,
like
she's really deep.
Oh yeah.
like
she's
w-
really deep.
Like her words, her
she's a-
choice of words
yeah.
is absolutely like
Mm.
I don't know.
She's-
it's- she's just
Crazy
great.
smart. Crazy smart.
Yeah.
I
She
mean, it's
can
the same with a lot
speak.
of them. Haewon as well. Haewon is a
Haewon
smart ass
too.
Oh,
cookie.
dude.
Like
Yeah,
She might
She's
not.
just so
yeah, she might
quiet. I
look-
think.
Yeah, she
At least
might,
like
she might
I don't
look
really
quiet,
see her. too
but
much.
when she has something to say, she'll say it. You know.
I love Haewon so much. Haewon's another one. I can't wait for you to see the journey she goes on in Produce Lucky.
Oh,
Dude,
Like
man.
I
it's so
don't
good.
It's-
want to. I don't want to because
It's
You're
just
gonna
going to
cry.
make me an emotional wreck.
You're gonna
Dude,
cry.
I already am. She's like, she cried in like episode 2, and I was like, no. I was like, no. Like, how the fuck does this happen? I was
I
oh, I'm so
know.
mad. But yeah, I'm so excited. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Members
Anyway.
should stay popular forever. Yep. Same, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Same. The thing is, I'm scared is that like, yes, it's gonna be side of the disband, but I said the D word. Don't.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay.
But-
It's okay.
But
Fine, dude. We all know what it
I mean,
means.
it's fine if they do have like great careers after, you know. I just don't want things like IOI, what happened to IOI, to happen to IZ*ONE. You know, like where some members just you don't know about them anymore. You don't hear about them. Like what happened?
Yeah.
I-
Yeah, it's like you know about
Yeah.
Somi, you know about Changa, you know
Yeah.
like but
you hear
there's
about
some
them,
that
but
you
then
just
you've got like Soi that like I mean I think she's acting now, but She's not as popular.
I'm reacting to Produce 101
Oh,
right
I'm
now.
sorry.
So.
I'm sorry. My bad.
It's all good.
All
good.
I only said two names. I only said
No,
two.
I know about Somi, Changga, and then Yu Jung and Doyeon. So I know those
Okay, that's
four.
fine.
Okay,
Okay.
my bad, dude. I am
all good.
so sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
I think
Alright, so we're
like
gonna
any
move on.
Wiz one, right? Any Wiz one would just want them to be happy at the end of the day, is what I wanted
Of
to say.
course.
So
That's
as
it.
long as they are
100%.
leading a happy life, that is the main thing.
Because
Agreed.
obviously, what's gonna make them more happy is for IZ*ONE to stay, you know, like for the members as well. Like when you just look at them, like in general, you watch like arcades and like just their reality shows and stuff. They're like stuck together, right? It's gonna be really hard to pull them apart, and yeah,
I think that is the thing that hurts the most about it.
exactly.
Like, it's not necessarily just like the music of it all, or just like, you know, watching them go their separate ways. Like,
It's the
that's
family they
fine.
had.
It's the fact that they are literally a full-on
family.
family at this point. They are 12 sisters. Like,
They're exactly.
Eunbi
One
has
mother.
raised them with
Yeah.
Taeyeon's help. She has raised them.
Yeah.
And they are a family.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
That's what's gonna hurt the
And
most.
honestly, I think the one, like, I've mentioned like J-Line and stuff like that, but like I think the one that makes me the most emotional when I think about that is Eunbi, because like she is obviously the eldest. She's like, obviously she's now already debuted, but if she was going to re-debut, she's, I don't want to say old, but she's definitely older to be re-debuting.
No.
And I'm like, that makes me nervous because like not only would she be moving on from like this full like family that she has taken a very large part in cultivating, but she would also be entering that kind of real murky area of South Korean standards when it comes to age, which I don't pretend to be an expert on, but I just know that it can be a bit wishy-washy when it comes to the age of especially female idols. So,
but that's probably why
I
it's
don't know.
best if she were to go like solo, no, right?
Yeah,
Didn't Sola from Mamamoo debut when she was 25 or 26 though?
she would
Park
wasn't
Bum was the oldest to debut at like 25 or something like that. To debut with 21.
I mean, it's by no means impossible. It's not impossible by any means. I'm just saying.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
but it's that weird gray area.
Exactly right, because it all comes down to what a company wants at the end of the day. So.
Yeah. And to be fair, with the talent that she has and the ability that she has, especially as a leader, I don't think Willem would throw that away. And Willem, at
100%.
least, like, I'm not fully an expert with Willem, but at least with like Lovelies and with like they seem to take pretty decent care of them.
They do.
Like I loosely follow Golden Child, and I'm like aware of Lovelies, and I've started getting into Infinite, and like there's like all these like sort of loose connections, but so I don't know hugely, but at least from what I can tell, they certainly seem to look after their
they're one
idols.
of the better companies.
Yeah,
definitely. I really like Willem. I'm a Willem stan. Let's put it that way. Yeah. But wait. Somebody says that WM already has everything prepared, and they're just waiting for Cheon. Really? Where did you see that? I haven't.
That's probably an assumption because they have the
trainees and
they have the trainee. They have the trainee girl group basically ready to go. So that's probably an assumption based on that, I would imagine.
But like I was saying, I mean, WM now have Oh My Girl. I mean, now Oh My Girl has been going for a while, but they just
Oh My Girl
only now like
off, yeah.
Woo!
Oh, they would WM.
Same with On and Off. Like after Road to Kingdom, On and Off was like, whoosh, let's go. So they might wait a little bit.
Come back as well.
They might wait. Yeah. They might wait. Look. It's very uncertain. What like WM is the most uncertain.
Yeah, I think that's I think for me as well. That's the biggest question mark. Is Cheon and WM. I think for at least the majority of the other companies, as you were saying, Lucky, like it seems more profitable for them to stay as IZ*ONE. WM is the because like yes, Oh My Girl has kicked off and Oh My Girl has kicked off a decent amount this year. I still think it's pretty crap that they've only had one comeback this year and not taken advantage of the success they have off of Nonstop.
Seriously, they could have had
whatever.
At least a comeback by now.
And then On and Off saw more success, but not really a huge amount. So
Not
I
as
think
much as
I wouldn't be
but-
surprised if WM were wanting to take advantage of the sheer popularity that Taeyeon has, who is one of the most popular members in the group. Like take advantage of that and use it to propel this new girl group. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they were wanting to do.
I mean, she is.
Do I want it to happen? No, but like, would I be surprised? Not at all. I hate to think about it, but
so somebody said Oxide should create a company. I already have a company. Dude, the easiest thing would be just to sign. I'll sign IZ*ONE.
That would probably be the easiest thing.
I'll just sign IZ*ONE and let's go.
Bong Entertainment, bro. We'll do YouTube videos.
Oh yeah. Like I'll do a reaction featuring IZ*ONE.
Yeah, there you go.
But Starship is gonna be the next hardest.
Yeah, Starship gonna have a mega girl group with Wonyoung and Yujin at the center. I mean,
I'm honestly scared because I don't know how I feel about Starship, to be honest. Like I love their groups, but they're very sus, very sus.
Such amazing groups, and they're such a
I feel like they could be a next Pledis, if you know what I mean.
Oh, let's not go down that route. Let's just not.
I don't want to go. Okay, but yeah. I hope Starship had joined and had to make a group including our members. That's Ujusonyo. Like Starship and Yuehua is Ujusonyo. Already, they don't need to do it again. I think that's a cool concept, by the way, and plus I love Cosmic Girls. I mean, come on.
WJSN. Yep.
Yeah. Positive compared to the beginning of his stream career. Yeah. I guess. I even compared to my
man's
YouTube,
got a lot to say.
Well, I've become less shy. I mean, it's the whole point of my YouTube journey. Just to become less shy.
I was gonna ask real quick though, Joe. Did we wind up verifying that rumor about
IZ*ONE? I don't know. Anime.
Who said it or what? How did that even happen?
Anime.
Yeah, I need to know how that was brought
Look,
up.
it's
so curious.
I don't know. It was brought up in my last stream. I think it was yesterday.
Bro.
I think it was yesterday's stream, right? Anime said. Apparently, was it Anime or was it Sab? I can't. I think they were actually trolling me, and I'm really sad if you were trolling because, I believed it for a little bit. Okay, I believed it so much that I had to tell you guys. Okay, but I'm 100% sure. But there is a possibility because apparently at least Cheon watches a lot of YouTube apparently. So I mean, there could be a possibility. But
I mean, at the same time,
standing up when she came up when she came in for her part. Out of my chair. Just went nope.
But yeah.
I wonder though because then at the same time, if that was the case, then I'm pretty sure, and this is not to toot our Wizvengers horn, but I'm pretty sure that at the time we had the biggest reaction video, like the most popular reaction video to Mama, which featured other people in it. Like we got to, I think we're at like 30,000 views in one day. So it would have been there as far as recommendations and things are concerned. You would hope.
I mean, people might have
I was
just,
like, oh shit, that'd be crazy.
Bro, no one's doing it like us. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Who else is doing these collaborations? I'm just saying.
Cheon's actually watching right now. In case you didn't know, Cheon's watching right now. She's in chat right now. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay, bet.
But
yeah,
you're doing great, sweetie. You're out there. You're doing great.
But to be honest, if it was true, like, I mean, people were trolling me when I was meeting Cheon. Like they were like, dude, she's gonna recognize you. Like she knows who you are.
Oh,
she's gonna recognize. Yeah.
Imagine, dude, that'd be so crazy.
Imagine say, she's
like,
you're
Jojobas.
Like, I know you. YouTuber. Yeah. Like, bruh.
It's definitely not like too far fetched though. Yeah.
I mean, it's very
Because like
possible.
I think I actually watched. Yeah, I actually watched like this YouTuber who like does lots of unboxings and stuff like that though. And then she recently did like she's done a couple of fan signs with Twice, but she's never like seen Momo, but Momo recognized her
Oh right, I saw
like
that.
the
Yeah,
first time. She was like, "Oh, you're so and so," and she was like, "Oh my god, like thank you for recognizing me." Like,
dude.
how crazy would that be to like have one of your favorite
Viewers.
artists like know you somehow
Yep.
in that regard?
Especially if what if they're like subs? Like what if they like your content that much that they subscribe? Like they're your
Yeah.
subscribers
could
and you're
actually,
their
yeah.
fans. Like bro,
Yeah.
each other's
I
fans
would-
of each other's
Yeah,
work,
exactly.
bro. Oh my god, that's like
I
that'd be
would
the best
hope
feeling.
that Envy wouldn't subscribe if she like ever watched anything because the way I just fucking go like completely off the rails,
Low
I'm
key,
like,
No, but,
low
like-
key, bro. Like Beauty would like she would unsubscribe. With how
Yeah.
She'd be like,
dude,
I'm
how
too
much
scared
I
of this,
sent for
man.
her, with how much I sent for her, she'd be like, actually,
scared.
I'm gonna get out of here.
I know.
Bruh.
Oxang's the only one I've seen where like I just wouldn't know about them. Like, I'm sure like I mean I don't know if you guys watch Oxang.
No.
Oxang, yeah.
Oxang.
I don't
mean I'm
know.
sure that probably
yeah.
Lucky does, but
Let me
I mean anyway,
search it up.
he's a K-Wiz. He does a lot of stuff. He buys like 400 Blue Eyes album, and then makes a domino video
why they
about
know
it.
about it, man.
Yeah,
That's
like
why
I'm
they know
surprised you
about
don't know
it.
about that. Anyways, but yeah, he does a lot of videos. But he did I watched one where he had a fan sign event with Ice One and all of Ice One, all of them were like, "Hey, wait, you're Oxan, right?" It's like,
Dude,
"Yep."
so jealous.
crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait to get to that level, bro.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Be like, hey.
Wiz Vengers, we getting there, yo. We getting there.
We want
Don't know us as the Wiz Vengers. We have to start like making that our
Exactly.
brand for whenever we do
We
collab
gotta
reaction.
brand it and market it. Yeah.
Get
Brand and market.
Yeah.
hashtag.
Wiz Vengers,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wiz
That's
Vengers
it.
react.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, instead of
That's
doing,
it.
Bongcast episode 3 with the Safe Cave, okay, I should just
Or you
do
could do
with
that.
Wiz.
Like you could put that and then like in the parentheses put AKA Wiz Vengers or something like that. I don't know.
What if we just do like a
True.
whole other channel controlled
Just
by
call
all
it
of
Wiz
us,
Vengers.
Wiz Ventures, and then we
Yeah.
just put a bunch of videos we want on it? Like,
Okay, how about
actually
this?
kinda-
How about this? How about this?
that'd be kind of crazy.
How
though,
about this?
imagine.
That would be
If-
kind of fun.
If
That'd
they
be really
get
cool.
if they get that contract extension,
Yeah.
let's do it. I'm down. I'm
Mm.
down. That's gonna
Okay,
be
okay,
our
okay.
like gratitude. For
Yeah.
example.
Okay.
bro.
I'd be
I'm G
so
with
down
that.
for
That'd
that.
be fun as
That
it.
actually
That'd be
kind of
fun as
cool.
Wiz Vengers.
We just
The
has-
Wiz Vengers.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
it would be
maybe.
kind of fun if we used it as a method of like introducing Cobra to other groups.
Oh yeah, dude.
Just like,
Seriously.
right, we gotta sit you down
True.
and introduce
Hey,
you to these
Come
guys
on,
now.
but, like,
sit down.
Like a little off topic, but going on to I'm getting there
Go ahead.
a little bit, little by little.
Okay,
just, you
no,
Go
know.
I've
ahead,
watched
man.
Stray Kids reactions.
Come
They're
on.
great.
Yeah, thank
Good,
you.
Stray
Oh
Kids.
man, I'm
Ooh,
so excited. Oh
It's
yeah,
so
that's
good,
great.
man.
It's great.
Glad you're getting
Legit.
onto
You
more
remind me
groups,
so much of myself when I first heard them, bro.
Really?
Oh,
Like
same.
the way that you reacted to Mito, I was like, fucking same.
I
Me
love
too,
that
bro.
song,
And then,
bro.
like,
Shoot, dude.
you're buffing, and I was like, yes, same.
Dude, today I was actually listening
Yeah,
to that song
incredible.
before getting into work so I could hype myself up for it.
Dude,
And then when
it
I got
hypes
off of
you
work, I did it again just so I could hype myself again for
Hype-
this.
for
They're
this.
great for
Yeah.
that. They're great for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
great,
always
yeah.
have like a
100%.
handful of Stray Kids songs in my running playlist. Always.
Oh,
Yeah, my
that's-
playlist is
legit,
kind of a bit of a
legit.
mess, to be honest.
Really?
I got one
Same.
playlist with like 1.2k songs, and then you'll have like Someday playing, and then you'll have like Dreamcatcher screaming like, right after. Like the mood
I actually-
changed, bro. Like yeah.
I have it
It's-
organized pretty well. Like every group, it's always like Red Velvet, Blackpink. Like every group is like all their songs are right there.
Mm.
I keep it that
Man,
way.
I need to
That's
go through
crazy.
and do that. I really need to go through and do that because mine is an absolute
Yeah, 'cause-
tragedy.
Damn.
I started like
Same.
I've got like a chill playlist and stuff.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like at the moment I'm organizing because I'm going to be making videos at the end of the year for like I'm going to do
Same.
like top 100 like title tracks and pre-releases and then like top
Nice.
100 B-sides as well. But I'm only ranking the top 25 of each because I don't hate myself. But I've like started making playlists for them, and it's just like trying to organize all this crap into playlists.
I want to do a video for like my favorite albums of 2020, and I'm like you making a playlist and everything.
I'm sorry, I just have to mention just very briefly, can we discuss that Dreamcatcher's Tree of Language was on Time's top K-pop albums?
I know.
Like most influential K-pop albums of this year.
It has to be.
They haven't had a first win yet. Their power.
I know, right?
Like, seriously. They are gonna get their first win on the LKZ Awards, man. Don't you worry. They will get their first win.
Yo, we gotta talk about
that.
Hey, if you guys haven't voted, go vote on the LKZ Awards.
Oh, LKZ Awards, let's go, bro.
Do that.
It's all on our Twitters.
Go stream OneWe's latest release because it's fucking beautiful.
I still have to watch that, dude. I've got so many videos to watch.
I
don't have time.
Legit.
I don't know.
I was gonna check out Nitsu this weekend as well because apparently they're crazy. Like Nitsu, like JYP's Japanese group.
Nitsu, yeah. It's Nitsu. Yeah, Nitsu. Yeah. Like you pronounce it like need you.
Nitsu, yeah.
Okay.
Nitsu. I'm keen for them.
But they're absolutely huge. They're
so
like
many groups, bro.
The biggest group in Japan right now. And they haven't even debuted. I mean, they just did.
Yeah, they've only just debuted. I preferred their pre-debut to their debut track, I will say.
Oh.
Personally.
Okay. I'm the opposite. I like Step on a Step more than Make You.
I think it's the rap breakdown at the end of what is the pre-debut called? Why am I dumb?
I think it's Make You Happy.
That's it. Like that, because they have, isn't it like a 4-member rap breakdown?
Yeah,
like,
there's
towards
like 4
the end
members.
Of the song, and I was like, yeah, okay,
it's been a
that's
while
cool
since
as
I
shit.
listened to it, but yeah.
You just don't expect it. You're watching the rest of the music video like, oh, this is cute, this is fun, this is boppy, and then they're just like, bam, 1 member, 2 member, 3 member, 4, and you're like,
bruh.
Okay.
The way you broke that down, though. 1 member, 2 member, 3 member, 4.
Dude, you could be a rapper, main rapper, bruh. Main rapper.
Yeah.
And just rap in my weird ass British accent, sure.
Yeah, do it. I like the British accent, right? We all do.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's awesome. But yeah, definitely going back to the what was it? Most influential albums, like K-pop albums. With
Blue Minds was on the list as well.
Blue Minds was on there. But honestly, like going back to Dystopia Tree of Language, like seriously, I'm a little spoiler for my video, but like it's my top one. It has to be like it's so. We're moving away from IZ*ONE. I just realized right now. But
fine.
Dreamcatcher.
We can always move back.
Seriously, they are being ripped off from a first win.
Oh,
seriously,
this is a conversation you do not want to fucking start me on. I
mean, there's so many groups that deserve it. Seriously, so many. But Dreamcatcher, rigged,
dude. Yeah, Dreamcatcher are incredible, and I just hope that one day they get their moment in the sun. I hope that it's next comeback because Boca era really, really, really skyrocketed their popularity. Like, I think that Dreamcatcher Company, if I can remember correctly, like I might get the numbers wrong, but their official YouTube channel went from like 400k subscribers to up to like 800. I think that it's at now, like 700, 800. Like,
the album sales as well. Like for Tree of Language, I think it was like 40k, and then for Dystopia, for Lose Myself, it was like it went up over 100k.
Just bam, straight away. And like every single song on Dystopia Tree of Language, honestly, every single song slaps. There is not a single song that I don't like.
Exactly.
Or that I haven't been able to vibe.
They're like, so different from each other as well. It's like it shows the diversity Dreamcatcher. Like, you know, when I say Dreamcatcher, what do you think about? You think about that rock sound, right? But no, they can be jazzy. They can be funky. They can be like whatever you want.
Jazz bar.
And they'll kill it.
It's interesting. So like in doing this this like my like favorite B-sides and stuff, so I've limited myself to kind of make it a little bit more interesting, and so I don't just put like the whole of Blue Minds and the whole of Tree of Language on there. I've limited myself, so it's like an album that's like 4 songs or less, I'm only allowed to pick 1 B-side. If it's like between 8 and 5 tracks, I can pick 2, and if it's 9 or above, I can have 3. So for like Tree of Language and for Bloom Eyes, I'm limited to 3 tracks, right? And all 3 of the ones that I picked for Tree of Language don't even have even a smidge of the rock sound. Not even a smidge.
I know.
The 3 I
like
picked
Jazz
were
Bar,
Daybreak,
bro.
Jazz Bar, and In the Frozen. Those are my top 3 from the album.
Jazz Bar's
Like,
my favorite. Like,
Daybreak
is so
deserves
good.
more love. Daybreak
It does.
deserves so much more love and attention than it's gotten. Just saying.
Cobra, I'm just gonna say real quick, bro. If you are checking out any more GGs really soon, Dreamcatcher has to be it. Because honestly, bro, like you gotta get on that train, my guy.
If you love
think I need
the chaos that Eyes One brings, Dreamcatcher will throw you for a loop. Their chaos is next level.
I've reacted to Boca, Deja Vu, Beatty, and I think there might be one more. I don't know, but I reacted to all those on stream.
You watch Scream.
Yeah. So I've done those 4 on stream, but then like they're gone, I think, or I don't know. They might. I don't remember where they're at. But yeah, no, I do want to get into the. It's just so many groups, bro. Like it's overwhelming
Dude,
how many groups
seriously,
that I want to do. It's like I can't find the time.
Welcome to my world. Like I don't know how Kaya manages to structure herself. I'm actually gonna try. I know it's your job. I mean, you actually, you're doing it full time. I wish I could do it. By the way, guys, I mean, on YouTube, there's a little button, you know, where you can donate money. I mean, if you really like my content and you want me to keep doing it, then
and subscribe to Joe's Patreon as well. Subscribe to Joe's Patreon.
The Patreon again. I'm gonna be doing a lot of changes on there. I'm gonna try and upload more and like be more organized. Yes, thank you for the seriously, thank you for the advice. Like, I may have been like the one out of all 4 like all of us that's been on YouTube the longest, but when it comes to Patreon, I need the help. Like, I can maybe help you with YouTube, but Patreon.
I did so much Googling. I did so much searching to figure out like everything on Patreon.
I mean, my motto is now I'm a Google it, but I.
That's literally mine as well. I'm a Google it.
Legit. I'm a Google it.
Bro, honestly, every time
Also, going back to how am I able to do everything that I do, I have a very intense Excel spreadsheet where I organize everything. Like I'm looking at it now and it's like it's organized. Like,
I started a spreadsheet, right? Like a
I
Google Docs,
just
right?
started the spreadsheet.
And I was like, all right, where do I start? And then I was like, okay, this is like my brain was frying and I was like, how do I do this? Like you might have to send me a bit of, like, you know, an example of your Google spreadsheet just so I get an idea of how it works.
I'll screenshot it and send you a screenshot of what I've got. Okay, nice. Like I break mine up, so like I've got like my scheduled stuff that goes up on Patreon. It's all color coded as well because I'm that bitch.
Wow.
So I have like the scheduled stuff. I have like four like scheduled things that go up every single week on Patreon. I have album listens that I do. And then I have my requests that are like my official Patreon requests, and then like other stuff, which is like the non-requesty stuff that either goes on YouTube or Patreon. So like that's how I break it down. But I'll send you a screen grab. Okay.
Anyways, guys, go subscribe to Kai right now.
I'm trying to get to 20K before the end of the year.
20K.
Also.
Dude.
I just want to say, Melvin, who said thank you, Kaya and Lucky, for reacting to ACMO, my favorite group. You're very welcome, and I hope I can react to more of them very soon because their music is beautiful.
Bruh, they're honestly they're my favorite duo.
Come back.
They are my favorite.
They are
duo.
incredible.
They are like.
Sorry, this person who said Kaya is most beautiful here, not going to lie. Thank you.
Oh no, actually, dude.
I mean, y'all looking great.
Kimchi fried rice, let's go.
Yo,
let's go.
Kimchi with the $2 donation.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Una donación de $2. Muchas gracias, Kimchi. Muchas gracias.
All right, so we're doing that stream where we're speaking our language now, right?
Yeah, our own language. Yep.
Yes, English.
English.
Yeah, I guess.
Korean, French.
We were saying you would be the only one we would understand. We would all understand.
Everybody would understand.
Would be Korean, Joe French.
I'd understand a bit of you, Cobra, but not I'm not fluent, but I can understand a decent amount with
Spanish.
with the
Really?
old Spanish. Yeah. I can't really speak
Oh.
it, but I can understand it decently.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
I need someone to practice speaking with at some point, but
Oh
Bro,
wow, cool,
hit
bro.
me up whenever.
I mean-
I definitely need to improve my skills. Dude, that's why, like, at my job, like, I use my Spanish, and I'll even ask the customers, "Is this how you say this?" Like, just to make sure, because I mean, yeah, I was born, in a Spanish like speaking household, like primarily Spanish, but like at school, all we learn is English, so it was a little hard, especially with the more complex words, and like with where I work at. You might have to use those complex words, and I've learned most of those words by working there. So, yeah.
I mean, like just today, I had to ask what a comma is in English. Like I said it in French, a comma. Like
a comma.
A comma. Like, really? I forgot the word. And I was like, well, what is that? Like, and I said it in French, like virgule.
I don't even know how to say that in Spanish.
I said it in French, like what's a virgule? And then they'll be like, virgule. Yeah, I know there's a in French. It's what's hard with French, and not to mention the silent letters.
The R.
So many silent letters.
French is such a fascinating language to me because it makes no sense. I swear to God.
The spelling, that's not how you say the word.
I know, exactly.
English is pretty bad. English is pretty bad, but
higher numbers, they're so weird.
I mean, okay, so mise en scène or mise en scène. How would you say that?
Wait, what?
Mise en scène, like like for you guys. Yeah, is that how you say it? Because that's French.
That's not how I said it. I got like a commenter saying, "Dude, I speak French." It was really funny hearing you say it because I said mise en scène.
Mise en scène.
That's such a Spanish thing. That's such a Spanish thing, though, because you blurred the e's. That's such a Spanish thing.
Mise en scène.
That makes sense.
But it's.
I noticed that Japanese and Spanish, like when we pronounce a word, it's like we have like the same like sound. Like I feel like in English it's a little different. Huh?
It's the R as well. Like the way that you pronounce like the R sound in Japanese is like da di do de. So like it sounds very, very similar when you're pronouncing like a Japanese word with that type of sound in it to Spanish, and that's how they teach it.
It's like an L mixed with an R.
With the Spanish R, it's like your tongue sort of goes to the roof of your mouth, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But
that's the same in French.
I'm glad we can all roll our R's
but it's a
here.
very similar thing to it's a very weird thing when your first language is English and you're not very good at other languages. It's like
oh yeah, and then I'm learning Arabic, so there's like the throat, like the
that's French. Like, that's the French R's.
So that's like Ryan, and then
exactly.
like Ein, like
it's the silent L's in Korean. Like I finally got the hang of it, like Yicheon, like having that.
That's right.
Like that took me a while to get the hang of.
How is it like a Y instead? Like
it's E. It's just to pronounce it. It's E. Yicheon.
It's literally like when you learn Hangul. Obviously, like it makes sense because it'll literally just be like E.
It's written.
Like I.
Yeah, it's an I. Yeah.
Just how we romanize it, like how they romanize it sometimes is just so confusing. Like
exactly,
especially with like say like the surname like Puck, it's just Puck, like B-A-K or like P-A-K, however you pronounce it. Yeah, pronounce it.
Puck.
But instead people will be like, oh, Park or Park or like whatever, like how you want to say it, and it just doesn't sound anything close when you read like the romanization.
Like JYP. Like it's Puck.
Yeah, it's Park Jin Young. Park Jin Young.
Oh,
Park-Jin-young.
Bro, I need to learn Hangul quick, bro. I need to do that stream, dude.
I got some real basic. I got some basic bits down. Oh, I made myself really proud. I did an NCT video like a few days ago, and it had the members involved. I think it was like Doyoung, Haechan, Jaehyun, and Tae. And it had their names in Hangul, and I figured it out.
Reading Hangul is so easy.
When I read it, I was like,
Doyoung. Nice.
Hey. It took me so long that I did it. It was a proud.
You did the same thing with Stacy too. When I saw your reaction to So Bad when you were first reacting.
Oh yeah, I learned their names on the fly. That was fun.
Isa. I mean, you really have to read it in Korean because you see, like Isa, It's Isa, not Issa. Like if you
I
look
thought
at it
it
like
was
the
Issa
English,
at
it's
first,
Issa.
but then I heard
But-
others say Isa,
then
so I was like,
I
oh.
That's the
read
thing, it's
exactly. I
when
read
you
it in
look at
Korean.
when you look at like an I, typically you imagine that as an E in
Yeah,
the
E.
Korean sound, right? But it's not. It's when you look at the Hangul, it's Aisa. It's like Aisa, but it's really weird.
Yeah, like Wiki Miki.
Yeah,
Wiki
yeah,
Miki.
exactly. It's Wacky
Oh,
Meki.
we-
I
hold
learned.
on.
I made you learn that.
For saying
I made you
Weki
learn
Meki.
that.
I thought it was
Wacky
Weki Meki at first, and then they're like, no,
It's
it's
Wiki
Wiki
Miki.
Miki.
Wiki
I'm
Miki.
sorry.
Oh.
But then Joe explained as well, like with the Hangul in it.
I mean,
he taught me about it.
yeah,
About
it's
Wiki Miki.
learning how to read is very, very easy. Like the alphabet and stuff. It's like you can in 2 hours you're done. Like basically.
It was designed that way because like traditionally, like back in the old days, Korean
It was
people used to
Chinese.
be quite illiterate because they would just use like Chinese characters, and the only people who were actually literate used to be you know,
So it was expensive, wasn't it? It was
like,
expensive to learn.
yeah, like well, yeah, but it was like based on your social class too, like your social status. So if you were like of the royal family, or if you were a noble or something like that, you would be educated in like Chinese characters and things like that, and you'd be able to read and write. But the majority of the population couldn't read or write.
That's so strange.
Hangul
The
is
history of it,
meant-
man.
Yeah,
The history is really
interesting.
It's a very
It's meant
young
to be
language.
early.
It's like
Easy
as far as languages go, it's quite young.
It's very young. Yeah. There was just a king that was like, you know what, this is too complicated. I'm gonna make it simple and create the amazing Hangul.
So
like, honestly,
Hangul comes
such-
from like it was like Chinese like symbols before characters.
I mean, they still use Chinese
they
in
still use
Hangul
it.
right now. Like like they've got the Chinese Sino numbers. They still use. You know, like you probably know, like Il I Samsa or Yog Chilpal Kuship. You know. I'm just flexing
and then
my turn right now. Hanadu
yeah, that was always so confusing to me. I was like, why don't they just say Set Dual Hana? Why do they have to say? I don't even know.
Sam I Il.
Yeah. Just wait until you start like actually being able to count things, because sometimes you've got like in Korean the way it's structured is like if you've got a number of things, so like
you
number
have
of,
to add
say people. Yeah, it's like the way
ship.
that you would count certain objects differs based on Sino-Korean or like native in terms of counting, and it's like, wait.
I know. And like just the counting as well. Like for example, I want to say 25, you would have to say 2, 10, 5.
Yeah, legit.
So it's
2, 10,
I
5.
ship O. I ship O. So it's literally 2.
Not E-O.
yeah, like E-O. It's literally like adding. So then like...
You and I, Cobra, just whew.
Yeah,
so then, like, and then
I mean,
then,
it's
like,
very simple in English and Spanish. You just say the number first.
I know you just say it, but like, it's actually
Yeah.
once you get to know, it's kind of simple. But then, like, I would listen, like, produce series, and then they'll say the amount of votes, and
The
then when you
votes,
get in
yeah.
the millions, and it's like,
dude,
and then
it's
they're like, boom,
such-
boom, boom. Like, oh,
Dude, yeah,
I'm
it's such a mission, just like doing like your maths and stuff when they're like
know.
adding up the numbers and stuff, just saying it, because you're like, wait, all right, so it's like this many lots of
You should
10,000
yeah.
becomes this. How many lots of 10,000? Like, and then you're like, holy shit!
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
where
and
You
then
have
it's
to
like,
be
yeah,
quick with
exactly.
math.
You're like,
you have to be
yeah.
quick with it.
I Beck, I ship, O Chan, and then you're like, what? It's like 125,000. It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's like,
It's like
I was
Mun
watching
is
a
like
video.
10,000.
I was watching a video where it like and I hope this doesn't offend anybody. I think it was on TikTok, but it was just about like an Asian guy. I don't know if he was Korean. I think he might have been Korean though. He was just going over like stereotypes and stuff that they have on Asians, and one of them is obviously like that they're really good at math. And he was saying it's not that we're like really good at math, like we just have like we can do calculations very quickly. So I'm assuming it's because of these things, like since they're young, like they just get taught these things, so like they do these things so quickly, it's so normal to them because it's like a habit that they formed. But yeah, I mean, because that's not how it is here. I don't know, it's weird, but
Chinese number system works is more logical. Yeah, probably. I don't know much. Well, it's probably the same as in Korean, right? Like at least the Shino numbers.
What is Japanese?
Chinese.
Chinese.
Yeah, Japanese. I think it's similar. I don't actually know. I'm not good at Japanese or Chinese.
Yeah, Japanese. It's like you pretty much count one way. But the thing is that when you've got counters, like when you're classifying things, they'll use sometimes the Japanese characters, which have different pronunciations to obviously qualify something, and then other times they'll use kanji, like the Chinese version instead. And it's like, why? Like, why are you like this? So
then counting numbers. What? Wait. Quatre. I guess. Yeah, I realized that it's basically like in French. 80. 80. Yeah. 80 plus 15. Yeah. Exactly. That's what it is.
Saying earlier. Like French numbers are funny.
Like 95 is 95, right? So basically, it's 80 plus 15. That's what we're saying. 80, 15.
What?
95. So 80 is 80. 15 is 15.
You're saying 80, which is 420.
It's exactly 20.
That's what 80 is. It's 420.
Yeah, exactly. That's, bruh. I do. My mind is blown. I'm French and my mind is blown. I'm French and my mind is blown.
You're so used to it, so that was never really.
Plays it.
Yeah,
wow,
dude, it's exactly
that's crazy,
the same
bro.
as in Korean. Then what the heck?
I had no idea. Isn't it so weird, dude? Like how
languages are fascinating.
Yeah, I love
fascinating.
Languages.
100%.
To be honest,
crazy.
like
that's crazy.
I mean, I know I'm saying this, but like getting into K-pop really opened my mind, like to so much, like to different musics, and then, like learning languages. I never wanted to learn another language. I was like, I'm good with French and English, but then like with Korean and whatnot, I was like, oh, I need to learn Korean, and then I'm like, oh, I want to learn Japanese and all these different languages. They sound like, I've learned about this appreciation about like different languages and cultures.
Definitely.
Yeah, the top of my list right now languages are Korean, Spanish, and Japanese. So we'll get there eventually.
Right, you'll get there.
Korean. That's all.
Dude, I'm struggling with.
I'd be chilling with English, Spanish, and Korean. Well, actually, maybe. And this is gonna be different, but this is more of like in my area and stuff. Maybe either Vietnamese or or Chinese.
Open mind reference, yeah.
One of those two. Chinese is gonna Mandarin is gonna be like
very hard.
The most spoken language soon, man.
It is.
Like
actually.
they just have.
It
already is.
It already is. I think.
I thought it was still like English.
In China,
or something. I don't know.
Bro, in China alone, you've got like 1.7 billion people or something now, and then
so
you've
many.
got like, like so many other people who speak it as like either first language or second language in like other parts of Asia and Western countries too. So
so
yeah,
it's like it's definitely
I think it's Mandarin, Spanish, and English are like the top three, basically.
Yeah.
Hindi would be up there too. Hindi.
Yeah, true.
Would be up there too.
Hindi, well, yes.
Didn't you speak Arabic? I'm learning Arabic, so I don't like really speak it like that well. I know very, very basics, but I'm learning it still.
Hangul is hard. I mean, dude, I've been learning it for 2 years, and I mean, it's not that hard, but like it's the ending particles that are just crazy. Like, when you're talking about an object or like, dude, it's. When you're talking about somebody, it's something else. It's like, oh.
Wait, how did you learn Walkie?
Oh, okay, yeah. I first started studying Japanese, and then I exchanged to Japan. And whilst I was living in Japan, I learned Korean in Japanese.
Wow,
that makes sense.
That's cool.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
Here I am with like my books.
Is that Talk to Me in Korean?
That's Talk to Me in Korean, bro.
I want to buy that.
I think, was it me that like told you to get them? They're really good, by the way, guys. If you want to learn Korean, definitely go.
I want to get them because of the Korean English, man. Have you guys watched them on
of
YouTube?
course. Yeah, Josh
and Ollie.
Yeah.
Josh and Ollie, bro.
They're great.
I love them. I used to watch them before, like way before I got into K-pop. Without I was like, okay, they're speaking a language I don't know. And then now, like, I'm in K-pop, I'm like, bro, they speak Korean. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Oh yeah, that's great.
And I was like, dude,
I think with Korean, as long as you find a way to like learn that suits you, that's the main thing. So to whoever said that hunger is hard, perhaps you might need to just like find a way that works better for you in terms of learning it. Because sometimes people are like okay with just writing things out, memorizing stuff, and then others need like more visual and interactive sources to
Like
learn from
Yeah,
and stuff.
so some people just learn it from
Mhm.
listening to K-dramas. Apparently, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
I can see why, but
exactly.
like
Or like RM, how he learned English watching
from
Friends.
Yeah.
Like what? That video that they made with what's his name, Jimmy Corden, I believe.
James
When
Corden.
they were like inside doing the carpool karaoke thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And then RM was like, "Yeah, I learned speaking
From
watching from Friends." And then like it cuts to I think it's Jin in the back saying like, "Oh," or I don't know if it was in that video, but like one of them saying like, "Oh, I watched that many times. I didn't learn English."
Yeah. I think it was Jimin. I think it was Jimin.
Oh, Jimin. It was one of them. I don't know.
Wait,
But that part was
iCarly,
so funny.
bruh, I remember iCarly.
iCarly? I love iCarly.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
Going back to childhood right now. Ugh.
I left for 2 seconds and you were talking about one thing. I came back and you were talking about iCarly.
Completely different.
No, but man,
Do
we
we
really
have
went
any,
off.
do we have any other questions that we want to get to?
Yeah, wait.
Yeah,
hold
like
on.
about Eyes
We
One.
completely
or
just
come
like
back in
left that
general.
out.
Wait, we really went. Yoli's like, talk about your unboxing and your extremely good Sakupos.
What can I say? They
What
were
can I
insane.
say? What can I say? I've got contacts with OTR. All right.
It's funny actually. You pulled
Joe is
you
the
pulled
inside
four.
man at Swing.
You pulled 4 Sakura cards,
Four
right?
Sakura cards.
Yeah, I
and
pulled
the
4 Minju cards.
bruh. I
Dude,
pulled
I'm
2
just
ARs,
starting
2
to
photo
think.
cards. What?
I'm just starting to think that like they're just shoving like all of one member in like every single album or something like that. And I'm like manifesting quantity. Let's go. Manifesting.
The thing is, you have so many versions on the way, don't you? Like,
Oh
so
yeah,
many,
you got like
said-
9, didn't you? Something like that, like nine.
I've got 12. So I bought the 3 signed, and then I bought 9 of the normal ones, 3 to
But you're
give
gonna
away,
give-
and 6 to keep for myself. So we'll see.
Good.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll
I
probably
got
wind up
2
giving away
signed
the other
ones.
3 anyway too.
I got 2 signed ones after, and I regret not buying 3. Because
Because
I
you wanted
had,
scene 1 as well, right?
I was like in between.
Yeah.
Like I definitely wanted scene
Yeah.
2. Then I was like scene 1 or
Oh.
scene 3, scene 1 or scene 3, scene 1, and I was like, you know what,
Oh.
I'm gonna go with scene 3. But I want scene 1 now. I want it.
Yeah.
Like I opened the my Cheon one. I was like, I need the signed one right now. I need it. Oh,
Dude, the
Boom.
way I was like watching both of your unboxings, especially yours, Kaya, when you like called me out for Umbi, I was like, fuck. I was like, I need so much Umbi in
that
this
card
one.
is
And then
beautiful
Joe,
as well. Hang on.
I got an NB
oh, it's
card in my.
gorgeous, I can't. I saw, man. And then when you were opening your photo books, Joe, like whenever it went to Unbi's page,
yeah.
I was like just gasping. Oh,
I was like, look it. Where you at? Where you at?
I can't look at it. I can't look
Dude,
at
she's
it.
looking amazing though. She's looking amazing.
Dude, she looks
though.
incredible. Yeah, like I honestly think that out of
Cobra.
all of these albums, oh, dude,
Yeah.
Cobra, yeah. Out of,
Yeah, I got Yuri too.
out of
in
all
this
of these
one.
albums,
How you
if
gonna
I
do it to
don't
me,
get
man?
a single,
Oh my god.
oh, if I don't
got a
get a
single
single
what?
MV1, I'm gonna just start thinking it's rigged.
Bro, I'm gonna send
Yeah.
you a. You know.
Oi, I'll send you the
Oh.
Sakura poster.
You guys got... Oh.
No.
Oh.
No.
Also, do you guys want to see something
No.
hilarious? So I reorganized. I don't know what possessed me last night, but I reorganized my Eyes One collection, right? And so in this one binder, I have my weekly collection and my Eyes One collection, and just the sheer difference in size between them. Hang on. So
Oh my.
Holy.
this pink to purple bit is weekly, and then this is all
Eyes
Eyes
Oh
One.
my god.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold
It's
up.
a weapon. I have a weapon.
You actually have a weapon here. I just want
Yeah,
to be killing
actually.
everybody. Like
But also,
actually.
I've got a little
love
Hay1
someone
sticker
to
on the
do it.
inside, and that makes me happy.
Bro.
Jesus.
I want
Yeah,
a
I
binder.
think I'm gonna like. This is the thing. If Eyes One, do like have an extension and they keep putting out all of these comebacks, I'm gonna need several binders. Like, I'm already at the point where I'm gonna have
I
to
can-
move weekly into my other binder. Like it's just
If
it's
we have another
overflowing.
one, I can
We probably will.
easily see myself like, trying to outdo what I already did on this comeback too. I can easily see myself doing.
You
that.
mean like buy
saving.
20?
I'm already saving.
I'm gonna go all out Ogzang right now for next comeback and buy 400. I'll be
Let's do it. Let's
saving
get
up
an
on that
extension
400.
of the extension.
Yeah, bro.
The Wing Vengeance. Let's do
Dude.
it.
We'll mobilize. We're saving.
That's one way. That's one way to get an extension is just to buy as many albums as you can. Make them show that it's profitable. Come on.
Didn't CJ and M actually say, and I don't know if this was a rumor, but didn't they say, I saw something about it saying that if they could achieve 500k sales on Hunter in the first week, that they would consider discussions about.
They're already doing the discussions right now.
Something. I know that.
CGNM's
I
talking
saw
about the
I saw
discussions.
something that mentioned like 500k sales on Hunter or something. So not sure about that.
Oh well,
would
guys,
be nice.
guys, which ones are the best at searching for
That might
stuff?
have been a
Come
goal
on.
set by fans. That might have been a goal set by
It could have
fans. It's
been,
like let's
possibly,
show them
possibly,
what we can do, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Who knows? I think at the end of the day, like we can only hope. Like I think hoping, but being very
Aware of
careful
what
about it. Yeah.
being aware
like
that it can...
protect your heart as much as you can. But I wouldn't be scared to hope. I think that's my biggest thing is like protect your heart, be careful, but don't be scared to hope because it's not impossible by any means.
Because at the same time,
like,
too,
we've
if you
shown...
give up on it, if you give up on it, then like obviously they lose traction, they lose all of that type of stuff, which could potentially work in their favor too. So.
Yeah, we've shown every bit of love that we can possibly give them, and we will continue to do that until decisions are made, and beyond, obviously.
I mean, yeah.
But like,
I'm gonna support them until I die. So
yeah,
you know.
Yes,
we're in now. We're in.
You're in. You can't get out. All right, you have to. Like, even if you want to back out, you just can't.
It's a cult.
Yeah.
It actually is at this stage. Like
it actually is. Yeah.
Being with one is a cult. Oh Lord.
Right.
The way like all of my other groups' posters just orbit around my Eyes One posters on my wall as well really just shows that like I've got like Dreamcatcher, I've got like G-Friends, Stray Kids, 17, Luna, GOT7, but they're all like orbiting around the shelf, which is already dominated by Eyes One.
I
know. I was looking at my posters and I was like, oh, I really want to put an Eyes One poster up, but I kind of like specifically made it so that albums that I have on show, I don't necessarily reflect in posters, so I can like balance the two. But I'm like, I want to put these Eyes One posters up so bad.
Same.
So
I want to.
They're gonna go somewhere else. They're gonna go over there somewhere.
I know, Sam. Like, I mean, I don't have a particular flat wall to put it on like you guys have. Like me, they're all like sideways, out of focus, and like underneath my bed. Like what? But I don't.
Those are like all covered already, though, Joe.
My what, dude?
But like, I don't think you've got any real estate space on your walls, bro. Like,
I legit like who needs wallpaper when you've got posters? That's my motto.
Exactly.
Like,
I think with the number of posters I have
on the ceiling or something.
Like, there's not an inch of my wall like where you can see like the actual wall. It's crazy. But I definitely want to put Eyes One. The thing is, I don't want to take like one poster off. Like, I could take Everglow off, but then I feel like I'm disrespecting Everglow right now.
I'm not representing my love.
Because I do like Everglow too, and it's like,
that was my thing. When I was redoing my shelf, I was like, because like there's a buttload of albums over there for like so many other groups that are just not represented up here, and I'm like, I feel bad because like you wouldn't know that Monster X is one of my favorite boy groups, but they are.
They are.
Like I was like, I have to have Ming Hao, and I have Taeyeon's album just there. I have One Week's.
Where's Taeyeon? Her repackaged.
Yeah, she's hiding in there.
The new one's coming, you know.
Oh, I know. I've pre-ordered it. I'm ready. Obviously all the Dreamcatcher weeklies at the end, and then just Eyes One.
I know.
Just dominated.
Cobra's just like, give me more Yuri.
I know. As many Yuri pictures as I can get. As many. I
had to get rid of my Twice.
I don't have enough.
Like, I had Twice down here, like showing off all my Twice albums there. But then, like, I got these 3 albums. I was like looking up there, like where my Eyes One is. And I was like, I don't have no space. So I'm sorry twice, but you're gonna have to go.
Yeah, all my Twice and Mamamoo and like the bulk of my 17 stuff and like all of these other groups,
Yeah, Mamamoo,
they're just all over there.
saw that one's moved. Yeah.
And Luna, all my Luna albums I
Oh.
had to move as well, but it's okay because they're there.
They're shown in the poster.
We just need
Yeah.
more shelves, yo.
And
We just
G-Friend.
need more shelves, I think.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the thing. Yeah, definitely, dude.
Yeah.
Tony, are you here? I showed Cobra Tony's flipping wall.
My
Like on
God,
Discord.
Tony has the
It's
best,
the
literally the
craziest thing.
best
Hold
wall,
on.
bro.
I'll
That's
put
crazy.
it. I'll put it on Discord. All right. I'll show you guys on Discord.
It's pretty
but
crazy.
It's actually crazy. Like
It's so well organized too. Like it's just nice.
So.
It's aesthetically
well.
pleasing.
All right. Hold on. Let me grab the pic.
Oh.
Here. And this is just Ice
Don't
One.
be
By the way,
late.
right? Here.
Don't not be not late. Oh, Cobra, you got me started.
Bro, dude, the
Dude, honestly,
the rap
I
right
think
before the
this
beat
was-
drop in the
I
beginning.
think this was the worst decision I ever did, but like, for some reason, at one point, I decided I want to learn a verse, like a rap verse, and I decided to go with Miro. All right, worst
Dude,
decision ever.
Who's verse though?
I started. Like, I wanted to learn the whole song. All right, so I started off with the beginning. Wait, who's it?
It's
I
Hyunjin and
forget.
Changbin. They go back
Hyunjin
and
and
forth.
Changbin. Yeah,
Changbin
it was
and
the,
Changbin.
I
It
can,
was
I,
probably
I can
Changbin,
have
right?
Hyunjin. Once Changbin comes in, I'm like, blah, blah,
Nah.
blah, 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 blah.
No one, like literally, no one can rap as fast as he can. Like he is
Yeah.
actually.
It's
The way I've got
good.
it organized
Oh
in
my
my
God.
head is that Changbin is a machine gun and Han
Han.
is a submachine gun. Like the way
They're
that they go
seriously-
is just absolutely incredible.
And then
like
you've got
it's
like
nuts.
Hyunjin,
But then-
a hidden gem.
And Felix is a
Continue.
grenade.
Felix is
Yeah,
just
legit.
it's the
It's just like,
bomb.
oh, let me hit you with this
Yo.
really deep voice rap, and you're like,
Yeah.
holy fuck,
Yo.
my guy.
His
Yeah, legit.
the side effects. I don't think you've seen side effects yet, Cobra. But
Oh,
side
no, I
effects.
It's crazy
Felix's
good.
side
Oh.
effects. Modi.
the
Marty,
comments want it though.
upper,
So I'm gonna get into
down.
that soon. I'm gonna watch a
Marty.
guide
Dude.
actually. I'm gonna watch a guide soon.
Yeah, guide's a good
Shut
idea.
up.
They're great
Guide
guides.
at this
really,
point,
really
like,
great guides. as
I'm
well.
gonna want the Hyunjin Nation.
Yeah,
Hyunjin
Hyunjin Nation.
Updated
Hyunjin Nation.
Hyunjin. Yeah, that's the one that
Hyunjin.
everyone.
It's
Hyun.
Yeah,
Hyunjin. Hyun.
That's a
They
good. It's a
always-
good guide.
Yeah.
It's most comprehensive, I think. But dude,
Um,
who's your
And it's
who's your
updated.
bias so far in Stray Kids? Who do you think you like the most?
You can just even if you like, you can just say
Just
I
say
like
Felix
this
if you want,
person's
mate.
verse if you don't know names.
That guy.
That's what-
That guy.
All the stay on my server and my channel are really curious about. They're like, so this Cobra guy, who does he bias though? And I'm like, alright,
I
I'll
think-
ask him.
I think that guy, the one that has that rap right there, right before the
But-
first beat drop, right before the first beat drop, that like fast rap.
Changbin.
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 He's my guy. He's my guy.
Yeah,
He's my
He's
guy too.
freaking.
I'm
good.
all out
Vinny
Hyunjin.
Nathan, let's go. Vinny stands.
I'm all out
Wait, you
Hyunjin
Changbin
here.
too? Lucky?
You're Changbin?
Yeah, dude, like literally the moment that I heard my pace, like holy fuck,
this
dude,
guy?
Changbin, the way that he goes in, yeah, it's like he just jumps in and he's like, kunde, and then Hyunjin kicks it off, and then he just absolutely like, and just kills it. So yeah,
Yeah, no,
Um,
Changbin deserves all the. He's also like got like the sweetest heart as well. Like he's like,
I know.
I don't think you'd expect. Like he's got this real like dark like exterior, and he's got this very intense rap, and he's super cool and badass. And he's just like, I'm soft.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
his egg girl is so cringe, and he
Oh.
fucking knows it. He's like,
Oh,
it's like, shut the fuck
I know, right?
up. It's like, shut the
Bruh.
fuck up, Chucky. Like, just go home. The members like just clown him so much too. I feel so bad for him, but yeah, they love him.
Funny.
They love him so much. He's-
Okay.
I have a guest. I have a guest.
yes, we see.
Yeah.
It's arrived.
Right.
Hi.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to another question here.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
asking us, first impression of each other, and be honest.
Oh.
First impression of us.
Okay.
First impression.
Okay,
of
I want to go
us.
first.
Okay, go.
Sure.
Okay, well, when I first met Joe, well, it was a little awkward.
It was very awkward.
It was very awkward. I don't know
mean-
if you guys have seen our first collab ever with like Joe and I's. It was strange, especially if you stay till the end. There's like bloopers, but Joe just seemed, and this is what I always like thought. Okay, when they mentioned Joe in my channel, like in my Discord server, I was like, huh, I'm gonna go check him out. And then I checked out his YouTube, and I noticed he had a Patreon and everything too. So I clicked on the Patreon, and then I just see like this like oh my god, the most freaking happiest picture I think I have ever seen. Right? So it's like I was just like, oh,
take it.
this guy's such a sweetheart. He must have. He's just like, I'm guessing he's just always just super happy and stuff. So, like, he seems like a really great guy. So I was like, oh man, this is gonna be great. Yeah. But when we actually did the video, it was a little awkward at first because we're both a little introverted. So it do be like that sometimes.
I mean, I was very like. I first saw Cobra's like channel, right? And I was like, dude, I kind of really like him, and I was actually thinking of doing a collab, right? You actually did the first move on contacting, actually. Right, okay, so this is what happened, right?
I was like, hey, Joe.
I talked about it on my Discord, right? And I was like, I kind of want to do like a collab, right, with this guy because I really like him, and he just got into Ice 1, and we might as well I might as well show him a little bit, as always one and stuff. But I couldn't bring myself to contact him, and so I think
we want to shout out. Mitsu, right?
Mitsu.
And I like how Mitsu saying, I wonder who brought them together.
Mitsu, shout out to you because you
wanted
went
to shout out Mitsu real quick because I didn't know that you guys were talking about that, but then Mitsu was on my server as well, telling me, hey,
like
you and Joe should collab.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that'd be cool. So
and then you
contacted
me, and then I was like, okay, so you did the first move. Like, I probably should have done it, but like, look, I'm very like super shy at that point, and I guess yeah.
I was too. When I sent that, I was like, damn, like it felt like when you like first like text a girl and it's like, damn, I was like, I wonder if this person's gonna reply. I wonder how they're gonna reply. Like that's how I felt at first, and I was like, damn.
Oh yeah, cool.
Just and those butterflies waiting as you watch.
Yeah, I know. And then I hear the notification. I'm like, any notification? It's like, no, mom, no, I don't want to talk to you right now.
Ship it.
That being said, I really got to give Joe credit because he actually reached out to me first.
I did.
Afterwards. And like the thing is like Joe reached out to me on Twitter DMs, but I was so shit with Twitter at the time because like I'd set it up, I didn't use it that much, so I just never checked it, and I deleted it for a bit, and then I put it back on, and I was like, fuck it, like I'll try my luck at Twitter, like I'll just stay away from Stan Twitter as much as I can, and then I saw like this message request. Yeah, fucking look at me now.
Dude, you're all over Twitter, man.
All over, literally, bro. Hey, you're doing good, though. You're doing good. You and Kai are killing it on Twitter, bro.
Thanks, man. But yeah, I saw this message, and it was like Jojobas reacts, and I was like, oh, I actually know this dude because I'd seen you on YouTube before, and I'd watched some of your videos, and the first time I think I got like most interactive with Joe's channel was what was it? The One Eric Theater unit performances.
Oh yeah, that when I uploaded that,
Joe was getting so much like negative comments from like lots of Koreans in the comments being like
angry Korean.
Delete this right now.
Delete
that now.
This down. Like, one of them was like, do you not have a brain? And I was like getting so mad because I was like, oh, fuck off. I was like, this is bullshit. Like I was like, he's so passionate, just leave him alone. And so I commented, and then someone else commented under mine, so I deleted it because I got all like, oh shit, I don't want to like start.
I didn't see your comment. I like when you said you commented, I was like, what? I didn't see it.
Yeah, I deleted it. I do this a lot. Like I comment and I'm like, yeah, fuck you, and then like a minute later I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't say that.
You know what? Kinda little segue, just a little off topic. That kind of happened with your Mama Moo performance video that you uploaded on like the Mama one, because they were saying, "Oh, don't." Actually, maybe I shouldn't. The beats and stuff, and I was like, listen, like I didn't mean to offend anybody. I was just saying because my mind as a reactor, I hear a beat that sounds like another beat. I'm like, oh, this beat sounds like this beat. Yeah, I just say what's in my mind, you know. So I didn't mean any offense. But people were like do not talk about Mama Moo.
Do not compare to other groups.
Yeah,
I think over the course of that 8 hours as well, we very gradually fleshed out and clarified things that we'd said hours before.
Yeah.
I feel like several times during that thing, I was like, all right, I'm just going to put out a disclaimer.
Do not get mad at us.
But so Joe I thought was really cool, but he'd said like, IZ*ONE's anniversary is coming up, like we wanted to make like a special video, and then I got to it too late because they'd already, like Joe and Cobra had already filmed it. But yeah, that was really cool. First impression of Joe was really positive because he's like super freaking into it. Like he's like waving his whiz bong in all of his videos, and I was like, my man really going in. Like he's so not afraid. And I actually kind of think that Joe, meeting you was a interesting. Soft Hours open, by the way. Was an interesting point for me because I saw how I'm kind of shocked that you said that you're introverted, because when IZ*ONE comes on, like Joe is just so like shameless about how he acts, and I feel like after I really kind of witnessed that, and I was like, I feel the same, but why is it that sometimes I feel the need that I need to like filter myself because people might think I'm fake, they might think that I'm like overdoing it or whatever, but me too. And so I actually feel like subconsciously, and Kaya, you've touched on this before, like you do, like, you know, watching other reactors and then you low-key just like start doing the same shit and you're like, since when did I do that?
The mannerisms, yeah.
And it's like I kind of started, I think thanks to Joe just being a lot more like unfiltered Joe head in heads, like with what I was doing. And then so my first impression of Joe was really, really, really positive. And then Kaya, I was subbed to your channel, I think before you hit 10K, which was dope because I saw that and I was like, oh, this is sick. And like your reactions were always really genuine. You like have a really interesting perspective, and I'm like low-key mad that I don't have the same type of like thought process as you in the moment, because I'm just like fucking like floating off in space trying to
feel you, dude.
Dead. Yeah.
And Kaya's like comes from
like,
so philosophical, man.
My thought process comes from 6 years of English lit at university.
Yeah, exactly. And she's like, oh, I really love how they've like shot this and they've really approached it in this regard. And I'm like, how the fuck did you see that? Like, I'm just
Thank you.
After when you're not reacting to, like when there's not a camera in your face, I think you can see more there. But like, it's also hard, like when you're reacting.
I can't.
Yeah.
I find it hard to find my words. Like, I know why I like something, but I can't particularly see it. Like, I do really like your reactions for that. That you always like manage to say what you want to say at the end of a video. I can't do that, so I just stick with my physical reaction. All right, let's go.
All right, well,
sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and continue with my reaction, with my first impressions of the other two. So okay,
go.
We did the collaboration with Joe. Everything was going great and smooth and everything. All of a sudden, you know, I see some certain comments on my videos from a certain LKTV, and in my server as well.
Dude,
I was like, who is this guy right here, like freaking being so sweet to everybody, and everybody loves him too. I was like, okay, and then, dude, okay, the first impression I had of Lucky was that, like, dude, why is he so nice? Like, he's like super duper nice, and I was like, why is this guy being so nice? Is he just trying to like swoop in or something? I don't know. He's just like that. He's just like that as a person. He's a very
the good
sweet
vibes
person.
in his dimple. It's just good vibes.
No, honestly. Yeah.
I'm redder than my fucking post.
Dude,
I'm
I'm
Yeah.
so warm right now.
It was
I'm
great.
so warm right
Especially when we did the first collaboration, I just noticed just how sweet of a person, how
Oh,
genuine
yeah.
of a person Locky
Exactly.
was, and yeah, it was
now.
great.
Man.
And then for Kaya,
Right back at you though.
thank you. Oh man, thank you. For Kaya, I actually I had already talked to her a little bit, just like once, because I was
Mhm.
having a problem with my Patreon. You see, Joe, she helps you with the Patreon. She helps me with the Patreon.
Yeah.
Because like I was having some problems on Patreon, and on my server, on my Discord server, they were like, "Hey, reach out to Kaya because she's a beast on there pretty much,
Mm.
and she knows." So and I was
went
like,
through it.
She knows,
honestly, I was intimidated to do it with how big you were, especially after I was going your tweets, and that's when you were talking about how like it was the first time you had reached like 600 Patreons and stuff like that. I was like, dude, what? She's a big deal, man. How am I just gonna come and like talk to her? So but then I did it. I DM'd her, and then yeah, it was
Oh.
Kaya replied pretty quick. Actually, I wasn't expecting a quick reply, but yeah, that was very very sweet of Kaya to do. Then once we did the actual collab, like it was a nice time, like with all four of us. So it felt good. It felt like we had already
Legit.
been friends for a while
Yeah.
when we
So
just
I-
had met. It
I
was so
swear,
weird.
I swear.
Yeah.
So-
the
It's the
synergy we
craziest thing.
have.
I'm gonna get into my turn.
Yeah, go ahead.
So with both Cobra and Locky, this is a bit of a confession. I'm completely blaming YouTube algorithms for this, but with both Cobra and Locky, I'd already seen a lot of your videos and watched a lot of your channel prior to any kind of interaction. Joe, for whatever
Oh.
reason, the YouTube algorithm did not send
Okay.
your videos my way, which is
Okay.
Oh,
tragic.
snap.
Because now that I've seen lots, I'm like, why did YouTube do me dirty like that? So my actual like first like proper interaction with you was one in watching your guys' collab together, and then two when we sort of spoke briefly, obviously through the group chat, but then also like when we literally last week.
It was actually last week.
Bro, how
we
was
started
just
off-
last
It was
week?
just us two for a little while because
crazy.
Cobra, you were obviously at work, and then Locky, you were
Yeah.
sleeping.
Yeah.
You were snoozing. And like I remember we got on that chat, and I remember very clearly having this. I was like, he's introverted, and it's really interesting Locky, that you said that you wouldn't have clocked that he was, because I think the second we got onto that chat, I was like, he's introverted. I can see this, and I was like, I'm gonna have to lead here. And it wasn't a bad thing by any means, but I was like, I'm gonna have to lead here. And so I was like, I remember thinking like, I've got to pull this out of him. And once we started talking, it was absolutely fine. But I just knew that if I let the introverted part of me take over, we just wouldn't have talked.
I know.
But once we got over that and we started talking, it was fine. I was just like, oh,
fine.
you're just such a chill, good guy. And we just
Yeah.
we were just hanging out, having some fun, and then we got talking more, and it was just really nice. And then
No, go ahead, go ahead.
and then with you, Cobra, it was obviously we had that the messaging, and I'd watched your videos beforehand. Like I've seen many of your videos beforehand, and so when you messaged me, I was just like, oh, that's cool. I was like, this dude, this is
No
cool.
random, right?
I just thought I was like, he's so polite.
Oh.
and then I remember watching like your guys collab together, and I was just like, he's just so like nice. Like he's just such a nice guy. And I remember thinking that like when we've like interacted on these chats as well, like you're just so like you good. Like you just, I don't know, like I just trust you. You know what I mean? Like I trust you. And then with you, Lucky, again, like I'd watch your videos a lot, and then I remember like I think you were the first one to comment on one of my videos, and that was like how our like weird commenting back and forth for a while happened.
Yeah, like very random stuff.
We pop into random videos and just be like, yeah.
Yeah. I think I remember like
Wow.
I made a comment about like people were getting really upset that I'd moved album reactions over to Patreon or something. And then you like someone was like, oh, so this is going to be paid content now, or like something like that, or whatever. And then you like popped in to the comment section. You were like, huh, I'm glad to see that I'm not the only one that gets comments like this. And I was like, fucking preach, let's go. And then it just I don't know.
I think my
felt like
first
a-
impression of you, Lockie, was very similar to Cobra's. I just thought like you just radiated very good energy, like all of you do. All of you do. You just sort of radiate and give off this very good energy, similar to One. And I think that's quite beautiful. But no, I think you all have very good souls, and that was kind of like the very first impression I had of all of you. I was just like, okay, you're all just very good guys, and I trust you all, which is, not something I can say of all men.
Same.
Honestly, bro, some men out there are dogs. They're dogs.
Facts, bro. Facts.
I mean,
Yeah, I feel like I didn't get to go to Cobra, yo, but like,
Oh,
Cobra,
yeah.
I think for you, I've already told you this too, like in our like our first collab reaction too. But like, I actually found you through Joe when you guys did your collab reaction, and then I went and I binged some of your videos on One, and then I found that watching some of your videos turned into pretty much all of your One videos. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit, he's pretty much like the same as me. I was like, we're both like really new to One. We're both like neck deep at this stage in terms of like how much we love and appreciate them. But similar to what Kaya said, like you're just like super chill the way that you approach all your videos. You're super like relaxed, really kind and really calm. And then at the same time, like once I was so nervous about joining your Discord server because I was like, oh, I was like, I don't know if this is like going to be weird or something, but I'm just really intrigued by him. And like, it seems like his community is really, really nice and really welcoming. So like, even if I'm not there as a YouTuber, but as like just another member of your community, I really want to check it out. And dude, like your entire community that you've got, like the SMTs, man, they are really
represent.
They are really lovely. Like the main thing that I get from all of you guys is that, or at least just I think where we all vibe the most is that we're all really, really community focused. Like it's kind of like we couldn't really give a shit about how well a video does or like how many views whatever it gets, but rather as long as we've got that community fostered to like support and talk about like what it is that we're passionate about, which seems to be the main drive for every one of us, then that's all that matters. And I really, really, really vibed your community because it shows a lot about you. And I really thought like, damn, dude, this Cobra guy, he crazy. And yeah, like when we collabed, I found that it was all true. I was like, holy shit, man, he's so sweet. You're so cute too, man. You're like a baby.
Especially when you see Yuri, it's like when he sees Yuri, he turns to a different person.
I mean, I guess I am the Macne here, so.
Very cute.
Eggy. Oh.
Such a baby.
That's crazy, bro.
Man. But now I'm the one left. Why am I last? Oh, I don't like this. Because basically I could literally say everything the same that you guys have said for me. I mean, I've watched all of your videos. Maybe okay. There's a lot of videos. If you put all of your videos together, it's a lot. But I mean, like I watched all of you way before like the collab and whatnot. And yes, I'm being very shy. Okay, now you'll see my very introverted.
I love that you're
right
shy.
now,
It's really cute.
I'm like so shy, and to be honest, like we're talking about introverted, right? And I really am. Okay, like the whole point of me starting this YouTube thing was one of the parts, and was because I was like my anxiety was the worst. Okay. I couldn't even speak on the phone. Like I was like, so I had to do something. And the best part would have been for me when I was thinking was just creating YouTube, doing this reactions, and just me building a community that likes the exact same thing as me, right?
Yeah.
Over here, I don't know nobody until just recently. Turns out my brother's best friend's like a huge whiz one. Okay.
Oh, that's
we just
Wow.
realized like two weeks ago about that. But anyways, I didn't know anybody, right? So and I was like, all right, I'm gonna set myself a goal and try and overcome this anxiety I have by expressing things that I like with other people. And that's basically what I got. And then when you guys came in, like I saw you guys, I was like, dude, I really like these people, and it would be really fun, you know, especially you, Cobra, because it's strange because I felt like I was the same as you, right? But you do not look introverted at all. Like, you keep saying you're introverted, but I'm like,
Promise.
introverted who? Dude, you were the first to reach out to me, which I was unable to do. You just radiate this kind of sense. Like, I was like, okay, I'm vibing with this guy, and I'm not gonna say here, right? But I kind of became a better person because of you, all right?
Aww.
All right. I mean, you guys, all right? You guys are helping a lot. You guys are helping a lot, and I seriously, like, your kind words before, I was honestly gonna cry. It's like, stop. All right, let's move on before I actually start crying. I'm actually gonna start crying. Let's move on.
My eyes are.
But
soft boy out.
stop.
Dude, soft boy out is for real.
I love this. This is great.
Yeah,
Actually.
but seriously, I really liked you guys, and I wouldn't even comment in your guys' video. I don't know. I really wanted to. I was like, oh, dude, I like this guy, you know, and lucky. I remember watching some of your videos and thinking, dude, he's been doing YouTube for a while. I seriously thought you've been doing YouTube for a while. Like, you know what you're doing, and like, you know, it looks like you've been doing it for a while. But when you told me you started like 6 months ago, I was like, what?
Bruh,
There's no way.
crazy. I thought the same thing.
I
Bro.
seriously remember, like, I thought, like, maybe my mind is playing tricks, but I was like, dude, there's no way. I remember seeing one of his videos, like, back in January. There's no way he did it. Like,
he's got that professional
thanks, man.
setup.
he seriously has that professional, yeah. And Kaya too,
My
bruh.
setup is so fucking basic.
Bruh, I mean,
Yeah,
No,
continue,
it's
guys.
really nice. I like
like,
it a lot.
seriously, and same with, like, Kaya. I mean, I only, like, really known about you, Kaya, like, again, with the collab. But, dude, you're a great person, and I really...
Thank you.
I don't know. Okay, let's move on. I don't know what else.
We all
You
love
guys
each
are
other,
good.
and we all
You
love the
guys.
community.
We are
That's
with
all that
Ventures.
matters.
Exactly.
And we all love Iceland.
Facts.
All right.
Facts.
Anyways, yeah, you
It's just
dude,
so hot right now.
Bro,
Legit. I'm like,
I can't stop smiling.
from my
I can't stop smiling as well.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, that's the problem
man.
with you guys. It's like, there's not a bad moment where like I'm not smiling at all. Like, even like when we're talking on Discord, like I'll be at work, you know, kind of, you know, stressful, and then I'll just see one of your guys like messages. I'll be like, boom, smile, like,
Aw.
Oh,
Legit.
That's so
Oh man.
I mean,
It's like
I
it's
swear
like what I
there's
said
no-
the other day. Like when we were talking, and then I woke up one day and I was like, oh, I missed the squad, man. And I
Oh,
was
yeah,
like,
you did
Dude.
say that. You did say
Maybe
that. You
weird,
just,
but I was
you just,
like,
say hi. I miss you guys.
No,
I
honestly.
miss that. Yeah. But the collabs we do, man, especially I realized that the mamas, when we did the mamas, like one of you, I
I mean,
can't remember who it is.
that was a bonding moment. Like,
It was
See, what?
seriously,
That's what I was
Bonding
like
thinking.
moment.
straight off the
It was
bat,
like, it was the first time we all four did a collab, and it was to a 8-hour long.
8 hour,
bro.
like seriously.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
8-hour
But-
long live stream to like 350 to 400 people. Like, bro, it was
Yeah,
crazy.
dude, I know.
It was
right?
great.
you guys that watched that stream literally watched like a friendship being formed between
Exactly.
four people
It
across
literally
8 hours.
happened. It
Yeah,
was
I
that
know.
moment.
4
we were
people
like,
from
yeah,
4
bro.
different countries all over the world. Time
Dude,
zones.
The
Time
time
zones.
zones are crazy, bro.
Oh man, it took me so long to recover from that. I think I'm still recovering from it.
I'm,
Like,
I'm
I was
recovering.
I know,
I went to
honestly.
bed, I went to bed at like 7 p.m. I was out of it.
I don't know how
Oh,
you
sorry,
guys managed to keep
I'm sorry.
doing a bunch of reactions, because honestly, like for the whole week, I couldn't do anything. I was like,
Oh no,
I
I
need...
did it.
I
I basically
for a couple of
I-
days, and
I
then
ha-
like the other day I just crashed. I was like, nah.
Yeah, dude. I'm even finding
Yeah.
it hard to go back because I missed out a whole week. I feel like I missed out a whole bunch, and now like I want to react to them, but now that means another big week of like just full on reactions and like, come on, because I want to
Like,
watch them and I want you.
A lot
guys
of
to
people
watch them
think
as
that it's
well.
just, hey, just turn on the camera and watch
Yeah.
a video, but there's
dude,
a
they're
lot that goes
editing.
into it.
For me, it's the editing. I find
thumbnails.
hard.
Thumbnails drive me insane.
Honestly,
I know,
I used to work on
yeah,
thumbnails a lot. I kind of like ever since I got this
I
setup,
noticed.
I was like, I'm done.
I noticed, like, you had like crazy, like straight off the bat, like crazy thumbnails, and I even asked you, like, how do you do? Because I personally did not have the time to do any thumbnails, right? Like that's why, like, for a year and a half, like my thumbnails is just like YouTube's recommendation. Like YouTube recommends this. Like, let's go. All right.
I'll
like,
take
that's
it.
What it is.
I'll take it.
Exactly. Sometimes like YouTube's recommendations would just be like my intro. Like if I had like a super long intro, there wouldn't be like the little like video like on the corner. So I would have to actually manually like pick out a moment. But that like was very rare. But I wouldn't add like a to like this is fire or things like that, you know, to make make it enticing for people to watch.
Emojis and stuff. That was crazy.
I know, right?
Bruh.
And then like I met Cobra and I asked him like, what do you use to do your thumbnails? Because he would go like all out for his thumbnails.
Yeah,
And
now
he's
it's
like,
just
"Dude,
like, I mean, I have a
use
pretty
this."
okay looking background, so it's like just a little video right here, little caption, maybe some emojis, some fire emojis, and we'll call it a day.
That's what I do.
We'll
That's
call
what
it a
I
day
do now.
now.
Like
I think
I'll just
like when I get to a point where I have like I'm gonna get some like more LED lights like you guys have. Like when I have that, I probably will just give up. But I do like my thumbnails at the moment.
No,
but it's just
you
the time.
and Locky have like
You've
the
got
nicest
crazy.
thumbnails. Like actually,
Seriously.
you guys have the nicest thumbnails. Like I wish I sometimes want to recreate them, and I try to do it myself. Like recently, I tried doing one like with like the blurred background, like this and that. Like I could not do it.
I
It
can't
looks
do
so
the-
bad.
I
It
can't
looks
do the
so
chroma key.
bad.
I can't do the chroma key as well as you guys do. You know, like the cutting out your faces and putting
Oh,
like, the background.
okay.
I
I
can't
used
do
Snap for that. That one was it was it was okay. Like making things.
Yeah, I tried doing it, but
Photoshop, so that
it
makes
looks
it a
so
lot easier.
blocky.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have an
I'll
app on my
Photoshop.
phone, so I would have
Yeah.
to go and like trace it with my finger.
Yeah, I can't do
Yeah.
that. I did it, but it was so blocky.
That's crazy.
But
Yeah, it's
I gave up
pretty
on that. And I was
crazy.
like, I'm just gonna add like basically the overall like what I felt in the video
Yeah.
and just write it with some emojis of like
And,
how
like-
I felt, and I'll leave it there. And I
And, like,
when I
wanting
once
to
I
get-
did it.
Hmm?
Once I did
Oh, no,
that,
you go. You continue. Sorry.
I was gonna say like once I did that, it was weird because I was like, should I do because I did like for a whole year and a half of like pure basic thumbnails, right? Like going to like an actual making of thumbnails, I was like, are people gonna find it weird? And once I did it, people were like, who's this guy? Who took over your channel?
It's like
what is he
you've
doing?
created a
Like,
brand. You've created
yeah,
a
yeah,
brand now. You've got to like
exactly.
stick with it.
Exactly.
So
It
I had
worked,
to
it worked.
slowly make way. You know, like when I met Ice One, I actually made a special one. But then after that, I would like go back to my usual.
Yeah.
And you don't
basic
have to
YouTube
because like I mean,
recommendations.
yes, it does like okay, thumbnails are very important. They are and they bring in people. But if people really like your content and stuff and like if you blow
Oh,
up
of
like
course.
there's a lot of people, there's a lot of big YouTube reactors that don't like work on their thumbnails at all. Like
Oh,
they
they
have the
don't.
most simple thumbnails.
Mm.
So it's like it's definitely not the most, but thumbnails
Oh,
do help a
100%.
lot. They do help a lot though.
For me, I just like it when I click on my channel and I like look at all my videos. I like the aesthetic of it all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. That's what
Yeah,
that's
I
I
just-
really like that
Okay.
too.
also
But like
naming-
one thing that's made it easier is like what I've started doing is like I get all the music that I've reacted to that day and like I just listen to that while I make my thumbnails. And that just like
Oh.
that just like keeps me
do
going.
that while I like edit and export and upload my
Mm.
videos. That's what I started to do now because it kind of makes it go by better.
Yeah, it's more
guess.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're literally just like waiting, and I like low key always get so pissed off. I'm like, are we finished processing yet? Are we? Can I open Photoshop on my MacBook yet, or is Final
Have
Cut
you-
Pro gonna kill us? What's happening?
Have you
Words.
guys had it where on YouTube it just gets stuck on 95% process
Yes.
and it just
Yes.
doesn't?
Yes. I thought I was the only one. I thought I was the
It's
only
so
one.
annoying.
You guys
Just
you
never
guys are
changes, and you
hearing
have to
the
delete it.
YouTube
Because
the
do you know
YouTuber
what I
problems
do?
right here.
Do you-
Oh
Yeah,
my
YouTube
god.
problems.
Do you know what I do, right?
it.
Like I used to do, like because I work night shifts, I would react, and I changed how I do now because it was too much. But I would react like real quick, and then edit, and then upload like right before I go to work. And then while it's uploading, like I would go to work, and then at work with the app, like there's an app, I would just press like send and publish and whatnot, and
Yeah.
finish a few things.
Yeah.
But when I would do that, like. because I felt like obviously at the beginning I don't usually think about that, like about views and stuff. But like obviously at the beginning, getting that following is very important. And once you've got that following, views isn't very important because you already have the following. But anyways, I was like, okay, so the sooner I upload, the more people are gonna watch, right? Like before the big reactors react, because if the big reactors react, then you're done, right? That's a small YouTube channel, you're not.
Happened to me, Panorama.
I mean, that's just the way it is, right? That's just the way it is, and it's kind of
It was the
unfortunate.
algorithm, bro. It's
But
too dirty.
yeah. Anyways,
Honestly.
so I used to like always upload as soon as possible, but then when that would happen, like I would be like really satisfied with like the reaction I did and whatnot. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna get a fair few views with this one. Get at work, you know, do my work, and I'll be like excited to upload. But then it was stuck at 95%. I'm like, now I have to wait like a full day before I can upload, and then I would upload and I would get like 20 views. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
So it can be
I get
frustrating.
you,
It's
man.
like I try.
Yeah.
Like I it's that weird thing because like I don't care about the number of views that I get. Like I do a lot of groups that that are very underrated,
very
well known,
same,
and they get
same.
like. So I did
Same.
for a request. I basically like last month basically did like a series of Up Tension like music videos.
Tension, yeah.
And they were
Great
awesome. I had so
group.
much fun with them, and like each video got like a couple of hundred views each, which frankly I was amazed they got that much. Because it was real slow. It was a real slow build of those views.
Yeah.
But just knowing when you get comments on those videos where they're just like, oh my god, I'm so glad like someone's reacting to that. That makes it all worth it. It doesn't matter how many views you get.
That's what I strive
But also
for.
when you do have like that occasional video that pops off, oh, it feels good.
It feels good. It does.
As much as I don't care about views, it does just feel good when you get that one that just goes pew.
It's only human.
That's
to...
my Cheon dance one. I did not expect it to be where it's at like it's like plus 40,000 views right now. I'm like, what the heck? And that was like one of the ones where I didn't even work on the thumbnail that well. Like it was just like just a random one, and it just like blew up, and I was like, what the heck? Like, okay, I'll take it.
Exactly.
I'll take it all day.
And that's understandable too, though, because it's like the videos we put a lot of effort into. Like, I mean, that's the thing, going back to what you said before, Cobra. It's not just like you turn the camera on and then you film your reaction, press stop, and then you upload it, and then that's all that goes into it. Like sometimes I'll edit for like hours, like painstakingly enough as it sounds. Like if I've got a video where I'm like, oh, like, you know, I feel like I need to, you know, cut this section out or leave this section in, or is this relevant, or am I going too off topic, and all of this type of stuff, or I want to find like decent background music for it, or I want to change the color grading of the you know, the background and all of that type of stuff. Like, you know, it takes a long time. Thumbnail takes even longer, and then you've got to think of like, you know, all of this other stuff. Like, how do I want to write my description? When do I want to post this?
All the description, bro.
The description, I'm starting to do that.
The description, bro.
I just had it like always the same and. Don't think about it. But now
like one sentence that I'll do specific to the video, and then the rest is just like a
I mean, all the links is obviously the same.
Like all your socials and everything, and then the like hashtags or whatever. But it's usually like that. But no, if I'm being honest, I don't even know if because no one ever mentions it, and I'm kind of hurt by it. But like I actually like I put a good I do my few sentences in my description, like it's
really
like,
go off
with I really enjoyed it, you know, this and that, and
I did actually notice that in your Stray Kids reactions.
And I noticed that in your NCT one that you recently did.
I tried.
I used to write fucking essays when I first started. I was like, "Hi, thanks for doing this, blah 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 blah." I absolutely love it. I really like this part and this part and this part and this part, like everything that I could think of after that. I was like, no one reads this.
But exactly, I felt like nobody reads. But then I did a video recently where I was like, I think it was it with our reaction Cobra with Amika, and I was like, I had to thank in the description, right? I had to thank you guys, you know, for joining and whatnot, and I put it in the description, thinking nobody would watch it or read it, because I thought nobody would read it. But then I got a lot of comments like, well, it's because I, you know, like my title of the video was with question mark, right? So like to keep the suspense and like the surprise. But then like my comments were like, dude, you say it in their description who it is. I'm like, okay, you actually will read the description. All right, I might start doing a description.
That might actually be because it might not be that they've like actively gone and read it, but obviously when you're scrolling, you see a good chunk of the beginning of the description.
Guess, maybe, yeah.
or it's like obviously if you're collabing with someone, most likely you're gonna be thanking them and like showing them the like respect of putting their links on your channel description.
So people
that's what you normally do, you know. But that could have been it, maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah.
Either way, yeah, description boxes are a weird thing.
Description boxes are hard, but
it's like you can't leave it empty, but you know that barely like there's such a small percentage of people that actually read it.
Yeah, I know.
I like that this is basically just come into like our video chat.
Yeah, like how, like the chat's just
Streaming.
like this is interesting. We're getting behind the scenes of how they do their videos.
Oh, okay, so they are interested.
You guys like this, man?
They're talking about the amount of views we have.
Comments on the stream before asking how we film our videos.
Oh, I saw it.
Sure,
I didn't want to interrupt.
Like 15 minutes ago, so it's relevant. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then to answer that, well, I personally use OBS, which is a free software.
We all do.
We all do.
There's two different OBSs though. I use Streamlabs. That's
I
the
use
one that
OBS normal.
Joe uses regular OBS. Do you guys use Streamlabs or?
I use regular OBS like for just filming, but when I go to like stream and stuff, then I tap into Streamlabs for other stuff.
Yeah,
I kind of just do both on the same one.
The thing is
it's
that
just because like the only thing I really need, like at the moment anyway, the only thing that I've really needed Streamlabs for is like the chat overlay.
Yeah. Same.
But like other than that, everything that is in the regular one is fine for filming for me, so I just kind of stick with it.
But then I kind of think about it that way too, where it's like on the Streamlabs one, you can do both. So it's like might as well just stick to the Streamlabs.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, it's because I can't really use Streamlabs on DLive because I stream on DLive. Follow me on DLive.
He streams on DLive, so you can't do that with
I don't get no copyright on there.
Activate Windows. Listen, bro.
I know, dude.
I always get blamed for this.
Seriously, you know what I was gonna do? I was actually gonna comment on your latest Stray Kids. I was gonna be like, Stray Kids is good, but man, do you need to activate your Windows? Like, come on.
I'ma just embrace it, man. The activate the Windows is a part of my brand.
Actually, you know, like how on YouTube you can have.
I keep doing it accidentally.
Like, you know, on YouTube you can have like your branding. You should actually have activate Windows as your branding.
I'm gonna make a merch. It's gonna say activate Windows.
Activate Windows.
Dude,
in like 2 months' time, we're all wearing Cobra's merch, and it's
activate. Oh god!
I recently, like, since I met you guys, I started, like, I've always used OBS to record the actual video plus my voice, but like the video recording me, I've always used to like my external camera, like this massive, like actual proper like mirrorless camera. Yeah.
Same.
The problem
I
with
use
that
a proper
is
camera.
that, like,
synchronization and all that.
Yeah, like synchronization, you got to match shit up, but then on top of that as well, like quality is A1, like it's so good. But the problem with the quality is that it takes forever to edit and forever to process.
That makes
sense.
And
it's like it'll export for an hour for like a 10-minute video. And I'm just like,
I never thought about that.
Switching to a webcam and using OBS, like the difference, because I used to record on my phone. Like all of my videos up until like 3 months ago, maybe I recorded on my phone.
Wow.
So like,
I mean, these new phones have really great cameras.
It was insane. Like the quality, the actual video quality of my videos was better when I used this. But oh my god, the ease! Like I can now export, you know, an hour-long video in under 10 minutes.
What?
Like it's amazing.
Yes,
because everything's just done in one place, and it's just like a super like. It gave me a bit of a shock when you sent through the VOD of the stream, Cobra, and I was trying to edit that thing.
Same.
My computer couldn't hack it. It was just like
20 gigabytes. Gigabytes normally, but then when I exported it, it went to 40 gigabytes. I was like, what? How? know. It took so long to upload on Google Drive because I wasn't gonna cut it up in 1 hour and put it on Dropbox. I did it on
because
Google Drive for
I
Patreon.
wanted to
Oh, I'm not
to
uploading the
edit
full
it.
thing. I'm just uploading. I'm gonna upload individual performances.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
going
really?
to
Just be
upload the whole thing, but like
I also had
edits.
to leave them to export overnight because they took so
Same.
stupidly
Me
long.
too. Me
Like-
too. My computer, dude. My computer has been suffering this last like couple weeks, man. It's been suffering.
Legit.
I'm
Yeah.
very scared that it's gonna die on me. I mean, I've had it not too long, only like a year. It hasn't even been a full year since I've had it, and I have a pretty good, like, not to toot my own horn, but like it's a pretty good like build. So hopefully it lasts me a while. Hopefully,
Yeah.
shoot, we'll see.
Just maybe
Yeah,
no
I'm
more
sure it
like
will.
8-hour
I think
VODs.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, does
Yeah,
it
no more 8-hour streams of Mama.
does it happen to you
That's
guys
a once a
sometimes?
year thing.
Like you're uploading or like processing a video like that is fairly long, but then it like stops in the middle. What I would do is I would edit and then I'd like set it off to process, and it would take like an hour or whatever, and I would do something else like go eat or go to work or do something like that, and then I'd come back and in the middle it would stop, and then you're like, so you have to
I always get so annoyed.
reprocess.
I get so pissed.
Like it's so
When that
annoying.
happens.
Like I honestly, it happens to me with my downloads, my stream downloads, and that's why half of my downloads are gone, or like because like I'd set them off and it would take like 3 hours to download, right? And I would go do something else, and then I don't know, like go to work or then come back, forget that I downloaded it, right? And then when I would remember, the actual video would be gone, so I can't download it anymore. And then when I would check the download, it's like it only downloaded like half of it.
Yeah.
And so like,
Oh yeah, it took me like
Wow.
3 attempts to download that VOD, by the way, because it kept failing. My
Really?
internet
I
was-
gave up.
internet was
Same,
not having
same,
it.
same, same.
Okay,
You guys don't have to say the provider,
Yeah,
but
same.
what's your guys' up and down speed?
Oh,
you
I
guys
can't
have-
remember. Like
Oh.
mine's pretty decent, but it's like this. I think since the stream, like like my internet's just been like, "What have you done? What did you do?"
my
Yeah,
internet is
I
honestly
have
like download is 440
I rebooted it
440
today and it's
megabytes.
alright. But...
Wait, what's yours, Joe?
440
What?
megabytes.
Yeah, what?
Mine's
Fucking
200
what?
up and down.
Megabyte-
Mine's 200 up and
No,
down.
no,
Like
look,
that's
look. Hold on, let me do the speed test right now.
Dude,
But-
mine is 100 down, 25
That's-
up. Like that's the
listen,
best you could get
listen,
in Australia.
Okay, listen, okay?
25 up.
That's why I was so surprised when we did the live stream, like the collab. That's why I was like so surprised I was the one lagging. Like I was like, hold on, there's a problem here. Look.
it's all
Look.
those tabs, bro. No, I'm playing.
Yeah.
You went to a different computer, huh?
That's
Look
good.
at that. Look at my download, bruh. Bruh.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
downloading.
doing a
Crazy,
speed
man.
test
Upload.
right now.
Same.
Mine's
my
about
upload
the
is 52.
I'm gonna do
Okay,
one too. Might as
mine's,
well.
mine's 60 download, 17.7
Oh,
upload.
I think another thing we can factor in is that we are
Okay,
on
Kyle, we
Discord
can
and we
think.
have
We're
things
on
up.
Discord
So
right now.
yeah, so
Also,
my
Yeah, I'm
UK
still
internet.
at 450 download.
Oh.
Yeah,
man. What the heck?
I feel you. UK and Australia. Fuck, I hate this country.
my
sometimes.
upload
Like,
is
with the
struggling
internet,
right
it's
now.
so bad.
My
God, I
download
love
is
that
at
this is a
219.
conversation we're having on stream right now.
I know. I mean, look, it's fine. It's
I know. I do have another question actually.
Interesting.
You have
What
a
do you
question?
guys use for your editing and exporting? Like, what software do
Oh,
you use?
I use a free one called Hit Film Express, which is okay, dude. I mean, well, with what you do, it's
Ooh.
just adding,
it's
it's
fine,
just trimming the
you
front
cut.
and
Yeah.
the back,
You don't
and
need
then just
anything
adding
else.
some
sound.
background music.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
use
dope.
Pro. I use Pro DaVinci. Right, like the
Oh.
the free
Ooh,
demo.
DaVinci
DaVinci.
like Resolve?
The DaVinci Resolve, yeah.
DaVinci Resolve. Ooh, Resolve is good. When I had my PC, I first started on Resolve and I didn't go to Premiere Pro because Premiere Pro is literally trash and it just crashes all the time. But Pro,
My Premiere
is
Pro's
good.
okay, but I have the full Adobe suite. Because like I got it. They were doing a sale.
Oh,
so I got
wait,
like
so you're not in a
yeah.
subscription right now?
Dude, those
Because
are
Adobe
like
now is
expensive,
subscription,
and
okay.
it's like annually, right? That you have to pay for it or
No,
something.
like
mine's monthly,
subscription.
and mine's monthly, and it was like half price. So at the moment, it's half price for me. So, which
But
is
the thing
great.
is, like,
Crazy.
that's crazy how you have to pay. It's not like I would just wish to pay like upfront just one payment and just there, like it's ours.
Mm.
But no, but this is like monthly and stuff, and it's like,
yeah,
But yeah, I
Yeah.
use Hit Film Express
Because
it's pretty good, and it can go up to like 2160 resolution, which I don't do because we don't need it, and
I mean,
it's
we
too
don't
much,
need
and it'll
it.
take forever. So I do
We're
1080
just doing
60.
reactions, you know. 720 is fine. Just for a
720
reaction.
yeah,
I
Like,
go with
720 is
like
720.
perfect.
honestly, like
The
I go
best
for
my camera can do.
I go for
720 is
1080,
perfect.
but
I do 1080
It's true.
60. But recently, I mean, especially on stream and stuff, people like have trouble watching my lives. But not everyone, but like a good amount. They're like, "Hey, can you like lower it to 720?" And I'm like, "Ah, okay."
yeah, because it lags and stuff. Yeah, I feel.
Yeah.
Um,
I use Final Cut Pro because I'm Apple trash. But the one thing that's good about it is that instead it's like you pay once off. It's like $300, and then you've got it for life.
wow.
So
I mean, it's the same with
it's good.
DaVinci.
It's good
but
in that regard.
It's the same with DaVinci, but
Yeah,
even
it's
just
generally pretty snappy.
the demo version of DaVinci is already pretty chocker full with stuff. Like you can do pretty
Dude,
pro
I
editing
got
with
by
that.
with the demo version. Yeah,
Yeah,
I got by
so-
with the demo version like perfectly fine because you can do everything. You can even color grade in the demo
Yeah,
version
you
too.
can,
Like you
yeah.
can do some really sophisticated
do
color correction and stuff
everything.
like that.
You can add programming, like
Yeah.
add like different like pans and stuff. Like it's crazy what you can do with just with the
Interesting.
demo.
Yeah.
I haven't. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, all I use that for, like, I've got all of this, and all I do is chop, add background music, sync my
Same.
Yeah.
sync the, cause I don't know about you guys, but like the video here, like I filmed that separately. Like I do a
Oh,
screen
I
record
don't.
of
I
that.
film it all in one.
Cause
I don't now. Yeah, I film it all in one because otherwise I
sh-
die.
Yeah, I
should
didn't
Easy
use
say-
it.
quesadillas.
Cause right
Nice.
now I've noticed when I like record the screen record, like I screen record for some odd reason, and I don't know why, the video will start off good, like the audio and the video would sync, but then at the end it would be completely off. I don't know why, but it does that, and so I have to keep cutting it and putting it. But sometimes,
Yeah.
like if I record a
It's like the
very
timing of
long
one of them
video,
speeds up.
like it's fine for like a 3-minute video reaction, but when I do like 30 minutes or so, then I'll use OBS and just record everything in one because it's easier and I don't need to cut. But yeah. So y'all use like film at the same time, not separately.
Yeah, I try to now. It's just way more efficient, I think.
It's
Like the
easier.
Yeah.
efficiency is a really big thing for me with this because otherwise I'm like, holy shit, I get so off put by the process sometimes. So I just want it to be as easy as possible. Like you go start recording,
Yeah.
stop recording, and then
Yeah,
I can
same.
start something else
And
straight away.
Everything
Yeah,
is
otherwise,
if I
synchronized.
have to
Everything
get
is
up-
perfect.
If I have to get up and turn my camera off or some shit, I'm just gonna be like, nah, I'm just gonna go do something else instead. So
Like
Yeah.
you'll see something and you'll be like, "Oh, let me go get a drink," and you'll go like eat
Yeah.
something, get on
I
YouTube.
want to have like a 3-hour nap. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so bad for getting distracted. I'm so bad for it, especially because because of all of our different time zones. Usually when I'm filming, especially you, Lucky, is when you tend to post, and so I'll be like
Yeah.
filming, and I'm like, ooh,
Oh, hey, I want to watch that now.
I get distracted pretty easily as
I
well.
think
I would
we all
always
get
trolled.
distracted. I mean,
But
I
yeah,
get
like-
really distracted in Cobra's
Especially on-
Discord all the time. I'm like, oh, hello.
me,
Bro,
especially in
same.
streams,
Everyone do it
like.
too.
I'm trying to record a video, right? But then someone brings up a topic that I want to talk
I
about, and
know,
I'm just there for like
exactly.
so long. It always
Same.
happens.
Legit.
Same.
Legit. And same
I'm-
with Kaya. Like whenever I'm editing, your videos come up, and I'm like, fucking hell! Like I need to watch this like ASAP, but then my editing software can't handle it, so I switch I switch my computer to like a different Wi-Fi network, and then use my mobile data in a different room to watch
Oh
your
my
videos, or they
goodness.
slow each other down.
The struggle is real.
amazing.
The whiz bang-
Appreciate the dedication. I think
course.
We all
like
get
going back to
distracted.
things being efficient, I think with the like amount of content that I upload, like if things weren't as efficient as that I currently have them, like I wouldn't be able to do the amount that I do, like not
Trust
even
me,
close.
I am having trouble. Like
It's
I-
hard.
my main goal with this channel was to react to everything that comes out as soon, you know, like when it comes out,
Mm.
right? So like you can have like 5 different comebacks in one day, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna react to all of it. But now that like started getting into groups and like just deep diving and watching a bunch of other
Yeah.
stuff makes it even harder. And like I don't know. Seriously, I honestly don't know how you manage to keep up.
Yeah, I mean, like I try and keep up with like as many of the like new like MVs that drop,
Yeah.
because they take like 10 minutes to film, and
film,
they're some of the easiest to edit because it is just like chop
just
music done.
chop the beat and chop the
And
beat.
because I've got it as efficient as I do, and because of like my computer, it exports super quickly as well. Like a video that's under 10 minutes will export in like under 2 minutes for me, which is awesome. So that's generally fine. But obviously, like I know that I can't react to everything. So what I tend to do is like, aside from like the new releases, what I tend to do is like my favorite groups, I'll try and react like on the day. Yeah. But then like other ones, like especially with like debuts and stuff, I might like lump into like one big catch-up video, or like I'll just do them later or whatever when I have.
I was thinking of doing
but
that,
I also do my best to just like I'll just like focus on a couple of groups at once. Like I'll like at the moment I'd say like my biggest focuses are like Sonyashide, Monster, and probably G-Friend at the moment are probably like my three like ones that I'm like most focused on, like making sure I get something out every week for them. But like that just makes things easier. But it's not easy to keep track of everything, especially when you have like the constant influx of comments, like adding more and more to the list. But I just try and like I always make sure, like even with the amount of requests that I have, I always make sure that at least like 50% of what I watch in a day is stuff that I just really genuinely want to watch in and of myself, and not just because it's a request. Like I've barely ever had anything where I'm just like, oh, I don't really want to watch that at all. Like I've never had that, but like in a request, I mean, but like it's different when you get like specifically requested something. Like finding the motivation for that is different to when you like see something pop up in your recommended and you're like, oh, I want to watch that. That's a different feeling. So like I always try and make sure that I have like at least like a good 50-50 balance between the two, which is good. So that's my tips.
I might like just do it like, because like you said, I'm gonna try and set specific days for specific groups, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm planning to do.
I did that accidentally. I didn't even mean to, but then people started commenting just like, oh, it's Friday, it's nearly G-Friend time. And I was like, it is?
G-Friend day. Like, oh yeah.
Wait,
when did Friday become G-Friend day? Apparently Friday is G-Friend day.
Yeah. Like I started with my like survival Fridays. But, like now I want to do it with groups, because I realized like the two main groups I was into at the time, like before, was Ice One and Luna, and I like watched all of Luna TV, or most of it, and I caught up, right? There's like so many, there's like 700 at this point, right?
I'll be right back, guys.
But like I was like, all right, before they come back, we're gonna watch as many as we can, so I catch up and I can easily watch. But dude, I haven't watched Luna in so long, and I'm like getting so many comments, and it's so hard. Like I wanna watch, but then like you've got Ice One's comeback now, and it's like, dude, I wanna watch everything of Ice One too.
Dude, the advice that I would give, or not advice, should I say, but just like something like a personal anecdote, if anything, is like, best thing is to just let it come naturally, I feel, with like focusing on certain groups or whatever at certain different times. Because I feel like the moment you set up like this expectation of like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this on that day, if you don't do it, then like, one, there's kind of backlash, but then at the same time, it becomes a bit of a chore. Like, one thing I was doing on my channel for quite some time was I was holding polls, which got a lot of people really engaged. Like I'd get like 4,000 or 5,000 votes on my polls, and I'd be like, cool, here are these groups. Like, you've got one of 4 groups, pick which one you want me to dedicate a week's worth of reactions to. And like, I'll do one video per day for a whole week for this group. And then it got to a point where, say like, a group that I'd had polled for like a month earlier, it came to their week. But then there was so much other content coming out from other groups that week that I really wanted to check out. And I just kind of wasn't feeling in the mood. And I was like, oh, this is really suffocating in a way. And I was like, oh, it's if you lock yourself into too much, like kind of makes you dislike, you go in with a negative mindset. I don't necessarily want to watch this, but I have to because it has happened. Yeah, like I said, I have to.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
true.
I mean, just this week, like I was like, I should probably upload something, and record something. But I was like, if I do record something,
That's always the dangerous thing.
I'm not in my right mind right now, and I'd probably first of all would look really bad because I'm like not there. And even though I like this song, I might not physically like show it, and it might make people be like, wait, I don't like this guy anymore. He's not.
And that's another thing too, like
So-
with going back to like the struggles of being a reactor. It's like, I mean, it's not that it's fake, right? It's not that your reaction is fake, but
We're not
life
faking
happens
it.
and you can have a horrible day. Like, I'm gonna be honest, yesterday I had a really bad day at work. Like, it was so tough. I had customers yell at me. I had a lot of Karens,
Man.
Bro, it was bad. It was really bad.
That
But then
time
like
of year,
I
isn't
got
it?
home.
I feel that.
I got home, I ate, I rested for a little, and then I'm like, okay, I really want to do these videos. So like, you just have to like toughen up in a way. But it's not even that you're like faking the reactions, because you truly do like the reactions, but it's hard because it's like, you're not feeling it that day sometimes.
It's like you have to
Exactly.
Yeah,
put on a different hat, like sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, right, I need to like it's still you, but it's just like a slightly different side to you, and you just kind of have to like switch over to that side.
Of
And
course.
I meant, I guess we could relate that to like other entertainers, like I'm sure it's the same way with idols and stuff too. So
Oh,
Of
100%,
course.
100%,
Dude.
yeah.
especially them, I
for
say, because they
sure.
have such a bigger audience too. So it's like they have to really put on that smile.
Their whole thing is like it's a very manufactured,
It is
like
Which is unhealthy.
front.
That's
I
why a
mean,
lot of people like they
Exactly.
have to like step aside sometimes.
Exactly. And I feel like if you don't take time to rest from this type of stuff, you just burn out. And like if you burn out, it not only takes you longer to get back into it, but there's also the possibility that you could just really start to resent whatever it is that made you get tired in the first place, and you may fear it or you may dislike it and stuff. So like focusing on different groups and all of that is cool. Ignoring comments about people who are impatient is probably like the most important thing too, though, because like I actually had some comments
hide user from channel, hide user from channel.
I had some comments this week that were just like, oh, okay, so we're just gonna react to Eyes One all week, and I was like, you fucking bet we are. Fuck you. Like I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want. And then like, oh, I haven't seen a Blackpink reaction in 1.5 weeks. Like I guess you've switched back to being a casual listener, and I'm like, bitch. Let me listen to Eyes One. Like, let me just do what I want. So, blocking that type of stuff out is obviously really important, and just sticking to your own schedule.
I've been quite lucky with that, though. I haven't gotten many. Like, I could, like, those kind of comments, I could count them on my fingers. Like, it's not that many.
Yeah. For the most part, we don't usually, or at least.
I don't get a lot of like
positive.
really shitty ones. I just kind of I get a lot of the very entitled ones. I get a lot of those. But like
really
some of them
aggressive.
Some of them though, I have noticed that with some of them, I think part of it comes down to like wording and like English being like not being like their first language, and then not being very confident. Like some of it comes down to wording. So I've gotten a lot better at realizing like, okay, this is just the way they've worded it, and it just comes across to me as sort of passive aggressive or entitled, but actually that's not their intention. But then you do get those ones where you're just like, okay, you're just being a dick. And it's like trying to learn how to like filter the two. So I've gotten a lot less like I guess bothered by most of them, because I know a lot of it is sort of coming places. I know you mean well. Like it's just like, to my mind it comes off that way. But I also want to go back quickly, like because like I've talked about my schedule and stuff, and I will obviously show you like my schedule and stuff, Joe, if you want to see it and sort of get some ideas. But to like, based on what you guys were saying about being locked in, I make these schedules, but I fully give myself the flexibility and the freedom to switch things around and change things up and delay things a week if I'm not feeling it or whatever. Like I make this schedule to kind of it's as more of a guide than like a strict rule. It's very much just sort of like, okay, here's things that I like, would love to get to this week. But if say like on Thursday I have a One Us Japan album listen, Japanese album listen that I'm gonna do on Patreon, but like maybe I don't want to do that album listen that day, and so I just switch it to a different day. Like it's so like it's like having it there as a guide, and then just sort of being like, okay, I also need to follow like my own rhythm with this, because that's like what I've done the last few days is taken a break, because I was getting to a point on Wednesday. I was just like, I am so burnt out from like the weekend and the stream. Like I was just so exhausted. I was like, oh, when was the last time I had like a proper day off? And I was like, it's been like 2 weeks. And I was like, okay, I need to like chill. So like literally yesterday, the only reactions I did were to Onewee because I love them. They are my and then today I just did IZ*ONE season 2 episode 4 because I really really wanted to watch it.
Yeah,
and so that was it. Oh, it was emotional hours in that episode.
Oh, that episode is.
Yeah. Oh, holy smokes, man! I know.
Come on, Cobra.
Come on, K-Wiz. Come on, K-Wiz wants come through. That was.
I'm on it, bro. I'm season 3 already, I think.
Yeah. I like how we just talk about like let's not force anybody, and we're like Cobra, come on,
get to it, Cobra.
Yeah, come on,
Cobra.
Like,
with the program, Cobra.
We should not force people. We react to whatever you want, but Cobra, come on.
Come on, Cobra, please. Come on.
I really think you'll like Monster X, so I hope they're on your list, Cobra. Monster X, I think.
Honestly, bro, everyone's on my list right now. I'm focusing obviously on like Stray Kids, NCT. Yeah. Recently, I did the video last night of G-Friend, Mago, which was really good.
Cool.
Mago was really good.
So good. And then I did Hypen as well, and like, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna. I'm doing Hypen's mini album this week as well. I'm pumped.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that soon too. I'm definitely gonna do that soon.
I want to do it, but like I said, I want to put that on Patreon and upload more.
I've got a week of album listens. I've got some hella albums lined up for this week. I've got GOT7, I've got Kai, I've got Taeyeon obviously because she's having her comeback on Tuesday, which I'm very excited
for that one.
I'm gonna check out Ghost Nines in Hypen and then Pentagon Black Hole album from earlier in the year. I've got a week of album listens lined up.
Hurley's asking Taeyeon reactions. Anyone? Of course we're gonna do Taeyeon. What are you?
Yeah, dude.
What kind of people do you think?
I have to say, one of like recently, some of the most like more entitled comments have been regarding Taeyeon and SNSD.
Surely, 100%.
Super frustrating. It's frustrating because like up until recently it hasn't been, but then in the last couple of weeks it's just like slowly crept up, and I'm like,
really? What?
Chill. I give you like like most weeks recently I've done like one Taeyeon video and one Sonuchide video, like at least one each a week, and I'm like, what more do I have to do?
Legit. I think leading up to Taeyeon's comeback, because I've actually wanted to get into her as a soloist for a very very long time.
So much.
I'm just gonna deep dive.
You have to.
I'm just gonna deep dive this weekend. There's gonna be like 2 deep dive videos depending on how many MVs and songs I've got to react to, and then I'll
subscribe to Lucky right now
because I know she's incredible.
She's flipping amazing.
I just need to. I need to get on that train, bro.
I find it hilarious. So like so normally at least a good, I'd say like 95% of the time with at least up until the last like couple of months. With groups that I start to get into, I typically lean bias wise towards members that are less popular, because like I have an underdog thing. Like I really like to root for an underdog, and it's not always the case, but certainly like that was like I sort of see, like I was like, okay, who are like the less popular members, like, and sort of like put the feelers out and like, okay, I adopt you now as my child.
But Taeyeon.
Like, that was just what I did, and yet with Sonuchide, I was actually like, oh, Taeyeon and Tiffany are the 2 most popular members. Cool, they are now both my bias.
My bias, bro.
Because they just come for you, bro. They just come for you.
Tiffany and You Think came through, and I died. Like I lost it, and then Taeyeon is just Taeyeon. Like I love that woman.
Yeah.
But yeah, icons, truly.
Taeyeon in TTS. Holla. When I heard Taeyeon there, I was like, holy Lord.
This is the point
Jesus
that Cobra
Christ,
just checks out.
Yeah, Cobra's like...
Yeah, Cobra's just like,
my own little world.
I'm
just thinking about IZ*ONE in my head.
Loading
no, I'm actually...
screen.
I am actually... exactly with the loading screen. Buffering. No, I've done some reactions on SNSD on my stream. They're really good, bro. They're really good. I did a few different songs, and I really like them.
Someone on my Discord made a joke that like, you know how obviously like with groups you have like main vocalist, main rapper, main dancer, blah blah blah. Someone made a joke that they should now have a position, especially in new girl groups that are coming through, which is just like main Soan. Because there's always at least one member in a group that is like the biggest Sonia Shide fangirl, like the biggest fangirl. It's so cute. Like with like Purple Kiss, like Gohan goes in on Girls' Generation. Hilarious. I love them so much. I'm like, there's always at least one member that's just like, yeah, Taeyeon is like my idol, like you know.
Yeah, it's just... when you look up like members and you're like, you know, idols they look up to, or you know like on K-profiles, it's always like Girls' Generation.
Bro, guys, they're mentioning it. They're mentioning it in the comments. So back when I did my stream,
right?
When I did the SNSD, when I was first getting into them, I was watching Into the New World. I was feeling Into the New World, bro. It was so good.
Best song.
So I was streaming.
At that time, not heard that.
At that time,
it was
I
a black
didn't have
screen.
A dual monitor. I only had this to see my comments and everything, right? Bro, the whole reaction was my face.
Oh.
Like the screen was not the music video was not being showed whatsoever. And then I looked down at my comments to see if they're feeling the song. Obviously they're feeling the song, but like to see what they're saying. And they're all saying, "Screen, Cobra, screen, the screen. He's not noticing. Change the screen." And oh man, I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed.
I mean, I feel like we all did something similar. Like I would stream like. The way I record and stream, like on OBS, like the voice and stuff would be different, right? Like the sound, I would always have to turn it on and off, like for like a stream or a video or just a normal reaction. And I would always start off my reactions or on
like
my streams,
or what?
like muted. So I'll be watching and I'll start like my reaction and I'll be like, yeah, like oh this is good, and then like there'll be like sound, like. There's no sound. I'm like, huh? Oh, right, yeah, right.
Yeah, like recently, the way like I've started, like I'll do my intro without like the like video, like the screen capture there.
Yeah.
And then like I'll turn it on, like when I'm putting my headphones on and stuff like that. Like I'll turn it on, but like because it's a new thing that I'm doing, I keep forgetting. So I'll like click play, and I'm like, oh wait, no, it'd be good if you guys could see it too. Yep, okay, let's continue.
Wow. Yeah.
But it's like there's been a couple of times I've forgotten, but you wouldn't know because I re-record the screen capture and then edit it over.
Yeah. I mean you can do that at least. Dude. Like the sound.
Oh, I just thought of another thing I was gonna mention ages ago when we were talking about like editing woes. Something that happens to me a lot is like obviously I'll film I'll film a lot of videos at once, right? And then like there'll be like one video that I sneeze in or I cough in, and then I'm like, you know, while I'm thinking about it, I'm like, right, yeah, I gotta edit that out. But what I need to do is write down which video I'm filming, because then I get to editing and I'm like, I can't remember which one it was in. And like I'm trying to like speed edit, and I'm like,
I know what you're gonna say, Joe.
Do you know what happened to me?
No.
Do you know what happened? Okay.
Let's go.
Joe's was so funny, bro.
So I was watching Mago, right? I was so happy, and I was like, oh my goodness, okay, you, and then my phone starts ringing. I'm like, oh my. Hello, right? I start talking, right? I'm like, sorry, my phone's, you know, I say, you know, my phone's dead, all right, or calling. So I'm like, okay, this is good, okay, yeah. And I start speaking French, you know, and I've got the whole thing, like the whole conversation, right? And I'm like, I'll edit it out later. It's gonna be fine. So then I finish the phone. And I'm like, okay, so we're back. All right, you know. And then I you know, like, and then I react to like Timmin or something.
That's so exactly how it goes.
I react to Timmin or something like that, and I completely forget. And then I look at the time. And I'm like, dude, I need to upload this quick before I go to work. So I quickly upload it, go to work, and then like on my lunch break, I look at my comments. They're like, I'm guessing that was a salesperson or something like that. I'm like, what are you talking about? I look, and the whole conversation.
Oh, that's
Dude,
so.
there was-
Did he keep it up? Did he keep it up?
It's still up. It's still up. If you want to go
You
and
need to
see
link it to us.
That's amazing.
Link
It's
it to
Mako.
us. I'm
It's
gonna do a
Mako.
reaction video to it. I'm gonna do a reaction video to it, bro. Alright, we're reacting
It's
to
Mako.
Joe's
It's still
sales
up.
call.
It's still
I
up.
think we
Oh,
mentioned this. I think we mentioned this in like the bloopers of our first one, like when we first collabed, y'all. But dude, Kaya, I did a Mamamoo album listening party reaction, and I was listening to Melting, like their first album, and I premiered all my videos back then. Like every single one of my videos, I would always live premiere to like chat with everyone, like a really hype this one up and shit like that. I was super excited, but like kind of distracted that day, and like I don't really know what happened with the editing and shit. But I was like halfway through the album listening party, and I just sneezed, but it was like the biggest sneeze ever. It was like bam, and then I like shit, and I just stopped. I stopped, and then I got like I got like the shivers, and I was like just staring at the camera.
The worst part is that you stare in the camera thinking like you're gonna edit it, but you forgot. It's like it's not that
And
bad.
it's like that awkward just
Like,
stare.
Yeah. All right. What do I say now?
Bro.
Oh my god, he's
Oh
crying.
my god.
I fucking waited.
That
I was like, yeah, cool. I'll take the time to edit this out. And then I was like, all right, cool. I'll go back. And then I left it in, and the whole thing was premiering for like 150 people.
Oh no.
And then it happened, and everyone was like, wait, what? What the fuck? What the fuck? I was getting
my
like
stomach
Korean
hurts.
comments, which was like
My stomach
Moya,
hurts.
which is like, what the fuck is this? And I just,
Bro.
oh, man, it was
And
so
you're,
dramatic.
I bet it was just so embarrassing because you were probably watching too, and you were like, "Oh my god!"
I was
You're like
commenting, and then I was
realization.
like, oh
Oh
my
my
god!
God.
And it's live premiere. Oh my.
Hey,
I
Oh,
can't.
I haven't done anything
my
that
own
bad.
premiere anymore.
I mean,
That was
one
great,
bad
man.
thing
I did send some people on my Discord. I was like, okay, guys, listen. There was a sneeze in one of my videos today. I can't remember which one it is. I didn't edit it out. Whoever can find it, well done. And they just like went on like a treasure hunt for this one sneeze.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Because I
Crazy.
once did. I once did for Mamamoo again. I don't know what it is about Mamamoo, but
Fucking mama.
but like, it was
Mama
like at the
very
beginning.
chaotic. It just makes sense. On brand.
It was at the beginning, like
Oh,
it was hip, right? It was for hip, and for some
Oh,
reason, like I start my
banger.
intro, right, and then I'll be like, I'll do my intro, you know, and then I won't be satisfied, so then I'll stop, think about it for a little bit, clap again. All right, hello. So today, and I'm like, no, that doesn't work. For some reason, right, and it's at the beginning of the video, right? It's the first thing you see when you start editing. Somehow, I left all of that in. And so I upload my
Nearly
video,
done
and
that.
then
I have very nearly done
everybody-
that.
everybody's
Yeah.
like in the comments again, just start laughing, and I'm like, what? You know, and like they'll timestamp, you know, like the beginning of the video, and I'm like, what's so funny at the big? Oh, I see. I'm like, so yeah, so hello everybody. So today we're gonna be. So today we're gonna. Okay.
Hey, but that does
And then
happen
I'm
a lot.
like,
Like I have a lot of trouble sometimes starting my stream,
I
my
do
like my
a
intros.
lot,
And stuff.
like,
I just have to redo
Yeah.
it over and over again.
I've been there. I've been there. Like I very nearly did that where I like very nearly left it in, but I managed to catch it just before I like exported the video. But like yeah, it's the because like especially when you either don't have a lot of time or you have a lot of videos you're trying to edit, you're
It's
just
when you
going
don't
really
have
quick.
time.
You're just
Yeah.
like right, beginning, end, put the music in where it needs to be, boom.
Yeah.
But like it's so sometimes and like I usually manage to catch
Bye,
this
Sab. Good night.
before I do it, but like when you so especially if I'm doing like 3 like MVs or whatever, like I'm doing like a series, so I'll cut in between each one, like when I'm like switching over to the next music video, right? And so I'll have cuts, but sometimes I like leave too much of a gap of me just sitting there awkwardly while I wait for like the thing to go full screen, and I'm like I'm just here like And I'm like, I need to shorten that. It's like,
Wow.
eh.
Oh, there was so many bloopers. Has it ever
Crazy.
happened
I love
to you,
this
like,
shit.
actually, like, you say something in a video? Because, right, again, Mamamoo, alright? Sometimes I tried, and after that Mamamoo one, I decided to stop, and I tried to do, like, or I started trying again, but, like, to do these kind of, like, little funny skits at the beginning of a video, right? And for Gleam, I was like, alright, they came back with a new comeback, you know, new song, it's gonna be great, you know? And I like, hyped the whole thing, right? Turns out, Gleam, it's an ad. It was an ad.
Oh dear.
So I was like doing this whole skit, like me talking to like Solar or something. It was kind of cringy. Don't look at it, alright? It was really cringy. But
Immediately
I had like a poster. I had a poster. Look, I had a poster of like Mama was like Go Go Baby, right? I like their album, and I was like talking to Solar because it was my bias and stuff. Like, oh, wait, you've got a new comeback and stuff. And then my whole comment was like, dude, it's not a comeback, it's just an ad. It's just an ad. I'm like, well,
fair.
Like,
That song could have been a comeback. That song was phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. I still have it
Legit.
on repeat. But yeah, I mean, after
Legit.
that, I decided
It
to
was like
start
Wanna
doing
Be
little
Myself.
skits. And but I started redoing it again with like Dum Da Dum. Like I edited a second self coming in. It was kind of funny. It was fun to film. But again, we go back to the amount of stuff we do, like the effort we put into a video. And like for that video, I put in a lot of effort. Like it's hard adding yourself again, like in a video. And I did it, and yeah.
You know, it's something that like one of those like little things is when you include like, I don't know if you guys ever do this, but you include like some really small little edit or like just like something really, really tiny, and you just get like that one or two comments that just say, oh my god, that thing was hilarious. And it's just like this like split second thing. It's like someone noticed.
Yes. Or like,
it's like every so often,
legit.
every so often I'll just like, if you know, if it's appropriate for whatever, because I remember there was one, I can't remember which video it was.
By the way.
No, it's okay. I can't remember which video it was, but I did a video where like it was like a series of music videos or something, and like I just the beginning of the video me was just not prepared for what was going to come in the rest of the video, and there's that meme that's just like honey, you got a big storm coming. I like flashed that for this briefest second, and there was just like 3 people in the comments just like, oh my god, that was so funny, and I was like, yes, thank you for the validation.
You noticed.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb, but it just makes me so happy when people notice that stuff.
I mean,
Oh, I love that, man.
I sometimes like I'll be like, like mind blown for like a while, and then it'll be like .jpg. You know, like that meme, like where it's like a whole like video, and like
this is not a still.
And you're stuck, right? And it's like, no, this is actually like there's a live feed. It's not paused. Don't worry. Or like I'll just like big and like zoom into my face, like or something.
Or you have the Wii music going.
Oh,
no,
man.
look, Cobra, I'm having poutine right now.
Oh, nice.
We were just talking about it.
Poutine. Yeah.
Vladimir
I've never
Putin.
had poutine.
Oh my goodness, you're missing out.
Have you had like a halal
Vladimir
snack pack
Putin.
before, Kyle?
A what?
Like a halal snack pack, like a HSP?
Hello?
Heard
No.
of that?
Nope.
No? It's pretty similar to poutine. It's basically just like chips, shit tons of sauce, and then like a meat. So like chicken or like beef or something over it, but just doesn't have the cheese. They're really good. So
Yeah, I'm a vegetarian.
Oh, fair. That's okay. Understandable.
That's fine.
Halal. That's like
Halal.
I've
That's like
actually had those though with what are those things called? And like they're like made up of soybeans or something. I don't know. It's what's it called? Falafel. You can get like falafel snack packs. They're
Chickpeas
really,
are what
really
you're thinking
good.
of.
Chickpeas, sorry, not soybeans. I'm thinking of like doenjang jjigae, like bloody soybean paste soup. Like, yeah, so yummy, so good.
Do you know what's
I
like
just realized...
one of those weird things about being a reactor is, especially when you watch a lot of behind the scenes content, you just see like all these idols eating this amazing looking food all the time, and I'm just like, I'm hungry.
I'm like, no, I'm not hungry.
Like Iceland eating trip. Have you guys checked out Iceland eating trip?
I'm starting it next week. I'm gonna watch it next.
You have to watch it real quick because there's gonna be a new season.
My chat was roasting me. They're like, "How have you not tried crab before, or lobster or whatever?" Like, there's so many things. But the thing is, like, I'm a special case because I'm just a very picky person. So there's a lot of things I haven't tasted.
See, there's a lot of things I can't eat because my body just rejects so many things. So like that makes things fun. But being vegetarian, I just inflicted upon myself.
Self-inflicted hardship. It's good though.
It's not as bad as my mom. My mom was like, "I'm going vegan," and I'm like, "Okay, why?" She's like,
"It's hard.
Don't know."
No, but honestly, there's some like my
6 months, and now she's like, "I may start eating eggs again." Like...
there's some vegan like my brother made me an enchilada, and it had.
I've gotten really good at making vegan food.
And it's like it tastes the same as regular food, so it's like, and it's plant-based and stuff, so it's like I don't know if I would mind, like. Maybe I don't know though. I can't say that because I love all these foods.
I love meat. I'm a meat lover.
It's like I went vegan for 4 months during COVID, because like just because like health. I was like, I want to see what like the health benefits of it are, and like if it's actually like that hard and stuff like that. It's not as difficult as people think it is, but then again, it's just difficult in a different way. Like you've got to basically cook everything from scratch. All that type of stuff. So like if you're not about like preparation and like being creative with what cooking. It is that you eat, then it's like really hard. But other than that, like it makes you feel really good. Food doesn't taste like crazy bland or anything. It's not like you eat like salads and that's it. Plant-based stuff is actually really good, but I liked eggs and fish too much, and so I like turned pescatarian, I think it is. So I was like, I don't eat meat, but I'm gonna eat some salmon because I love sushi. It's too good. So
sushi.
I've never tried sushi.
I think my thing is like I was never like I had a real love-hate relationship with meat in general anyway, because I actually used to get really anxious around eating meat because I like, all right, this is just gonna get into like a whole thing. I have this like, it's much better now, but I had this phobia of like being sick, like vomit. Like I had this like phobia of it.
Okay.
Really anxious around meat sometimes because like food poisoning and stuff, and I've had food poisoning from chicken before and it was awful, and so like it just like ended up in like this vicious cycle. So actually giving up meat for me was just kind of like, oh, you mean I never have to worry about this thing again? Amazing. Great. So it was actually pretty easy. I didn't eat a lot of it anyway, so I was just sort of like, okay, bye. And like I was like because like my mom went vegan, so like I'd be cooking things with her every so often, and like I just got used to like cooking vegan and vegetarian food. It just became really easy. So it's really, I don't think it's that hard, and it's like it's very easy to make really really tasty food and it not have meat in. But like if you really like meat, that's chill. Sure. But like I feel like a lot of people use the excuse that it's super hard, and it's really not.
I like how we went from ice one.
So many different conversation topics, by the way.
Crazy. Yoli just asked, wait, did the Bongcast cover this? 1 butt or 2 butts? Hold on. Before we get into it, I had been on Twitter, right? And I noticed that TXT was talking about it and then it said someone from G-Friend, I think. Wait, like how did this all start? Because I don't know.
G-Friend started it, I think.
G-Friend started it.
Yeah. G-Friend started it, and then it spread.
Yeah, people
Dreamcatcher has covered it.
Was it G-Friend and then G-Idol? Because the first one that I saw was Idol.
Idol was a big part of it.
It started off.
I don't know. Now that you ask, I don't know.
It was a while back, I think. It was like not even this year. It was like last year or something. G-Friend asked, and it wasn't like a big deal until Idol, I think, in one of their V lives, decided to talk about it again.
Yeah.
But how? Like, I think what is it? What's the answer?
I side with Yuhyun from Dreamcatcher on this. It is 1 butt, 2 butt cheeks.
One butt, 2 butt cheeks.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Exactly.
She exhibited the big brain energy with that one. Thank you, Yuhyun.
Yeah, where's
Yours is
Sky at,
amazing.
bro?
Sky, like in my Discord, they asked, like we asked the question, and he was like, "Nah, I'm 3 cheeks.
Three,
I don't have
Three
I'm
cheeks?
three Sky, bro.
3 cheeks, Sky."
And then the
Three,
gifs he
bro.
sends. Like little minions.
He's amazing, bro.
It's funny.
3 cheeks, all are clapping.
Not
Oh
more
my
than 3
god.
cheeks. What?
Oh my
Say what I
god.
said. Oh man. You know we've been going for like 3
We've
hours.
literally been
That-
streaming for like 3
I
hours.
Didn't know. I didn't realize.
Alright.
It is
Dude,
gone midnight. It is past my
yeah.
bedtime.
We're
Shall
gonna
we
have
stop
to
then?
end this
Crazy.
soon.
Don't we have some stuff to talk about after?
Crazy.
Let's go.
Oh,
let's
yeah.
run through. Let's run through these
Oh.
questions.
Do we have,
like,
do we
quick,
have any
quick.
more questions to cover before we start wrapping up?
Anything
Hold
else,
on, I
anyone?
think we've
Unless you want to
went
save them for like another Bongcast that we could all do together. I don't know, maybe.
how much? I mean, one of them is like individual
Back, back,
talents,
Kind of low key. Let me go.
Huh?
like individual talents, hobby skills,
Art?
sports, instruments.
Ours?
You guys.
People are interested in us as humans? Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I can play guitar and sing a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm a writer. That's my main thing. I
Oh.
don't know.
Okay. Yuko, I mean, we all know you can play the guitar. Cobra.
Yeah. So I play the guitar a little bit. That's about it. That's about it. That's about it. Yeah. It do be a pretty crazy non-quality life that I do be having.
Hey, it's
That's about it.
quality.
I'm just
yeah,
existing.
I'm just out here.
Yeah, you're like I'm just.
I was
alive.
born to be always one. That's all.
We're born to be always one.
That's it.
You look.
That's it.
Bitches be thinking
think
being a
for
whiz one
me,
is a personality trait. I am bitches.
Me.
Yeah,
Sorry, Lucky, carry on.
No, you're right. I take up languages in my free time. So, recently I've been
Crazy.
trying to study Japanese a little bit more, even though like I know a lot about it. So, constantly challenging myself there. Chinese, I really want to learn. That'd be really dope, but I need the time to do that first. So once I can fix stuff up with my full-time job, then that'll be probably more on the cards. And other than that, I like non-officially sing. So I sometimes sing and sometimes record myself singing and then never do anything about it because I'm always super judgmental. And I'm
We
not
need
actually
a-
good, but
We need to
It's
start a
fun.
group, bro. Start a group.
hey, bro, let's do it. Let's
Let's
do it.
bro. Let's do
Call
some
it the
covers.
Liz
I already did.
Dungeons,
I
yeah.
did the cover. I did
Yeah,
the cover
bro.
with Well, I did a
That was
cover
good.
of the Joe Yudi, My Love.
Beauty, right? Yeah, dude,
it was,
that was good.
It was
Oh,
fun
yeah.
to make. Thank you. It was
Oh,
fun to
so,
make.
yeah,
When
yeah,
are we doing adult ceremony? When's that happening?
Huh?
When are we all doing
Adults.
adult ceremony? When's that happening?
Lucky, please end the stream, Joe. End the
Let's do
stream,
it.
Joe.
Let's
Please.
do it. Let's do
Thank
it,
you so
Cobra.
much
Let's do
for
it. You're the
coming
only one
by.
who doesn't want to do it. Let's go, man.
Oh,
Let's
mother
go.
trucker. Yeah, it's because the reason why we haven't dropped it. The reason why is because you guys can't handle it.
Yeah, the
you
world
can't.
isn't ready
Simple
for
as
it.
The world is not ready for
You
this.
guys not ready for it.
Bro, you're
You
not
guys
ready for
it.
Oh,
Bruh. But
mother
yeah,
trucker.
that'll
for me, I mean,
be fun.
unless you're done
Bro.
with your hobbies and stuff.
I am, bro. I've got nothing else.
I don't have much. I mean, I'm a drummer. I do
Oh, what?
drums. Yeah.
That's why he likes them drum covers.
That yeah. I did send you some.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm a drummer. I obviously, I mean, for me, my hobby is obviously YouTube right now. But yeah, other than that, I used to do taekwondo. Actually, I've got my belt right here.
Ooh.
Dude, it's been a while. I was like 14. Nice.
I did karate as a kid. I kind of want to take it up again.
Taekwondo.
I did
stopped at
Taekwondo.
14.
I did Taekwondo, and then I enrolled myself into a UFC, UFC class. So, and I learned a little bit of everything, but just a little bit. Like I don't. Sure, I'm not. I would get beat up in a fight.
When I was when I was like,
and I get like so much strength.
Oh boy, when I was like 7 or 8, I did karate, and I was pretty good at it. I moved through it quite quickly, and then we would do like little spars between two people, and it was basically like whoever landed the first hit would win the spar, right? And I remember, so there's a little like 8-year-old me, and we've got a little like padded helmets on, and I go against this kid, this boy who was like a head shorter than me, because like when you're a kid, like guys are always like tiny and the girls are like up here. And he was like a full head shorter than me, and I did a roundhouse kick.
Oof.
And like got him like right in the temple. Oof. And he had a padded helmet, so it didn't hurt him at all. But I immediately did it, and then I won the spar, went and sat down, and I burst into tears.
Oh my
I wasn't able to do it anymore, and I'm so mad because I'd be a black belt by now if I'd kept going.
Look! I started at 14. Like I could have see this? It could have been the whole thing.
We could be lethal weapons right now.
But I stopped because of asthma and stuff. I mean to do that, like you're wearing like big pads and stuff, and, like it's hard to breathe, and I already had mega asthma. But I might start doing taekwondo again.
Is your camera off for a reason, Lucky?
Yeah, it died. It literally told me to fuck off. So
okay.
Right, well, I think it's a good time to end then. It's a good time to end then. So guys, hope you enjoyed this very long stream. Actually, it was kind of unexpected, but very fun. Really enjoyed talking.
Yeah, it went so quick. What the heck?
Very different.
Right? I feel like
the time and I was like, what?
I know, right?
I know.
I feel like when we start talking, we just don't stop.
Yeah, we cycled through. We cycled through many topics.
This is why we're meant to be together,
Hell yeah.
Maybe not every single topic that like they had asked for, but it was definitely a topic that they found interesting, so that's everything.
Good. Yeah.
Exactly.
We covered some pretty important stuff.
Yep. We covered some behind the scenes.
Some behind the scenes of how we do things.
How we feel about each other, our first impressions. A lot of things in this episode,
We really
our respective dietary habits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Secret story of the swan is out there. You don't have to bring that up, Shirley. Stop. Let's move on. By ending the stream. Joe Main. Why are you all saying Joe Main dancer? Stop.
Facts, bro. Kaya, have you seen his dance covers that he does?
I have not. No.
Oh, you're gonna have to see those.
I need to do some investigating.
I'll send them. Don't worry.
Wait, which ones do you have, by the way?
I don't have any, but I could find them probably. No.
Don't go in my Discord server, Kaya.
He's back.
Just saying, don't.
I haven't actually joined any of your Discord servers. Fake fan.
Oof.
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
What are you doing here then? Get out of here. I'm just kidding.
No, this server that we have, just us four right here, like
it's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah. I barely interact in my own server. That's a lie. I react a decent amount, but like
I'm always in there.
It's a lot.
I'm always in there.
Definitely.
An unhealthy amount. I'm on it. Like if I'm not doing reactions or working, I'm always on it. Bro, we do like watch parties on like K-dramas on there. Like
that's cool.
And people would watch.
Yeah,
that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I've been really wanting to get into some K-dramas.
It's super fun. Like cause like watching K-dramas alone. I mean the K-drama is good, but when you're watching it with a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
I mean that's
like the reactions.
Yeah. It's
last night you guys were watching funny videos and I just joined in and it was really
you just
fun.
joined in and we just dude the amount of face reveals.
I know everyone was trying to like
crazy,
turn on their
bro.
video cameras and we were all just laughing and stuff. Bro, in my Discord server they don't even like speaking.
Yo guys,
they don't even like speaking.
SMTs,
Come
bro.
on.
SMTs, what you doing?
Man. SMTs are so cute. They're so.
They
shy.
are. I wish they would be like unmute and then speak, but they're like nah. You'll see a whole bunch of us in the voice chat,
Dude,
and they'll
like
all have
30.
that like little microphone with the little slash on it. They're all muted.
Yeah. The SMT face reveals are funny though because it's like 1 second. The
Yeah,
photos
and
and
then they'll
then
delete it.
instantly delete it.
Great.
Yeah. It's like that.
You just gotta be there.
You gotta be, yeah. And if you're not, then you missed it. That's just how it is.
Exactly. I missed Bi's face reveal so many damn times, and I was like, Jesus
Very
Christ,
handsome guy, man.
give me the face reveal. Yeah.
That was
Oh,
crazy.
man.
Jacob, yes, K Diamonds. All right. See, again, we're masters of distractions.
Yeah, we literally
Like,
just got off
legit.
it. Jesus.
And that's my weak point right here. Like, every time I end a stream, I at least say I'm going to end the stream at least 15 times.
Yeah. We're
that.
4 dogs with a squirrel. Like,
Yeah.
Legit. Legit.
You guys are all the squirrels, by the way.
Hey. But
yeah.
all right,
And
then.
thanks for coming today, yo.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you
for staying
guys
here
for
this whole
joining.
time.
yeah, if you've chilled here this whole time, like, thank you and well
Yeah,
done.
for
Props.
real, everybody, man.
You're the
Cobra
realest.
face reveal when? I don't know, bro. I'm never gonna do a face reveal.
But
Ever.
yeah. Hope to see you guys in the next Bongcast. Hopefully, Crenzation's gonna be on it. It's still in the works, but yeah. If you guys want to see that, then join for next episode. Don't know when it's gonna be, but look out for that. And yeah. With that, thank you guys for joining. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Not just on my YouTube, but all these guys as well. The links to their channels is in the it's in the not in the description, but the title. Just click on the blue link right there. All right.
Hell yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
definitely go and check them out.
I'm sending finger hearts even though you guys can't see. So thank you so much for coming.
We'll do it for
yo.
you, Lucky.
Who's joining
Thank you,
Crenzation?
man.
Ice One
been-
sub team.
It's been your reactors, the Wiz Vengers.
The Wiz Vengers, bro.
And we're out.
Deuces.
Deuces, bro. Right.
Deuces.
Annyeong. Bye. Peace.
Annyeong.
Annyeong.
Annyeong. There we go.
Wow.